I would like to ask everyone present, please put your cell phones on vibrate and or silence. Council will be at ease. I note that the hour has come, that a quorum of this council is present. This council is officially in order. To give our invocation this morning, the chair recognizes our very own Councilmember Nicholas O'Rourke, guest of our Councilmember Jeffrey J. Young. I will ask all members and guests to please rise. The floor is yours, Member Pastor Nicholas O'Rourke.
Thank you, Mr. President. For many years, I was able to say that Member Gaultier was my councilwoman. And now that my wife and I have bought our first home in the 5th Councilman District, I'm honored to say that Councilman Jeffrey J. Young, Jr. is now my councilman. So thank you again for the honor today, sir. A quick word, more than just prayer or grace before a meal, essentially, invocation is but a fragile sign that the state knows its limits, that the institution of the state, or at least in our case, the city itself, in all of its grandeur and all of its glory, knows that it's not in charge of the universe, that it is accountable, that it sits under judgment in search of justice. The state or the city gestures toward God by calling a cleric or the church to call upon God. Vocare in the Latin, to call upon. The state doesn't actually pray. The city doesn't function as a prayer piece. Your shul prays, the Muslims pray. The church prays and has persons trained in communal prayer to offer aid or to ask for aid from a deity on behalf of the state. Because I think we all can admit that we need help. That's what this moment is. The cleric provokes or invokes the aid of God into our proceedings today, all that we do today, because in our humility, we ought to be able to admit that we all need some help. So I want to invite you to join me in the posture that is most comfortable to you as I offer this invocation this morning. Lord, help. I could say amen right there and it would be enough. But every tradition acknowledges that you have been the voice of the prophets. And if that is the case, then you remain a God who speaks against exploitation, a God who speaks against oppression. May we heed your voice in our proceedings today. May we heed the voice of our own interior prophets as we consider how we may cast our votes today. We ask that you soften our hearts to hear pain and suffering exactly where it is, and busy our hands to do something to alleviate it, that we might actually be a council that shines and lives up to the motto that we emblazon on our shield and on our seal and on our flag, to be a city of sibling solidarity, brotherly love, sisterly effectiveness, that we might be able to be a light on a hill shining. Help us to serve each other with our full humanity. Hold us in our purpose, that we would never become too accustomed to injustice, that we would never become numb to the pain of the world.
Amen.
May it be so in all of us. We pray for the families of those who are affected by the collapsing garage. We lift up the ironworkers. We lift up the building trades. We lift up each and every single member of this body and the staff that make them able to do what they do and what we do every single day. And for every name that has not been uttered, we thank you for the tech staff. We thank you for the audio video team. We thank you for every person who is sitting in the gallery and in the chairs. Help us, oh God, to remember each other in all that we do. In your name and nature we pray. And everybody said, amen.
The chair thanks Councilman Nicholas O'Rourke for the invocation. Council will be at ease. I want to thank Member O'Rourke for the very spiritual and passionate opening of our council session. I want to ask that we all pause to recognize the tragic incident that occurred yesterday afternoon in Grays Ferry section of South Philadelphia, which is in the 2nd Council Act District. Member John Fenton, lock the door. Juve, lock the door. Thank you. In the spirit, as I mentioned, in the spirit of our member, Councilman Nicholas O'Rourke, and I want to thank all my colleagues for reaching out to me last night as well as this morning. I ask that we pause to recognize the tragic incident that occurred yesterday in my councilmatic district, Grays Ferry community of South Philadelphia, where a parking garage under construction partially collapsed, resulting in the loss of life and leaving others injured and still unaccounted for, particularly members of the ironworkers. This heartbreaking event has deeply affected the families of the workers involved, the first responders risking their safety in the ongoing rescue efforts, and the entire Grays Ferry community and the city of Philadelphia as a whole. We are reminded of the dangers that many of our hardworking men and women of the building trades face every day to support their families and build our city. On behalf of Philadelphia City Council, we extend our deepest condolences to the family of the individual who lost his life, and we continue to pray for the safe recovery of the workers who remain missing. We also express our gratitude to our firefighters, police officers, emergency personnel, and union brothers and sisters who are working carefully and tirelessly under extremely difficult and dangerous conditions. At this time, I ask all members of council, staff, and members of the public to please rise if you are able and join me in observing a moment of silence for the victim, the missing workers, their families, and all those impacted by this tragic collapse. The next order of business is the approval of the Journal of Thursday, March the 26th, 2026. The chair recognizes Majority Leader Councilmember Catherine Gilmore Richardson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Journal of the meeting of Thursday, March 26, 2026 be approved.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the Journal of the meeting of Thursday, March the 26th, 2026 stand approved. All in favor will indicate by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the Journal is approved. The next order of business is request for leave of absence, and the chair recognizes Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of the majority, a leave of absence is requested for Councilmember Bass.
The chair thanks the Majority Leader, and leave will be granted. The chair recognizes Minority Leader Kendra Brooks.
Thank you, Council President. On behalf of the minority, there are no requests for leaves of absence today.
The chair thanks the Minority Leader. The chair now recognizes Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson for a motion concerning certain legislative matters that may arise during the course of today's session of council and that were not listed on the calendar circulated prior to today's council session.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that any of the following matters, if considered today, may be added to the agenda for this session of council and as required by law, subsequently published on an amended agenda after the consideration of those matters. Resolutions authorizing hearings, amendments to bills on first reading, the reconsideration of a bill vetoed by or recalled from the mayor, amendments to bills recalled from the mayor, resolutions taking substantive action to be voted on in this session, a motion to withdraw a bill or resolution that is not on the calendar, and a motion placing a bill or resolution on or returning a bill or resolution from the suspension calendar that is not listed on today's calendar. The purpose of this motion is to provide the public with notice concerning possible actions by council that arose too late to be included on the calendar that was published prior to today's session.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the legislative matters stated by Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson may be added to the agenda for today should those matters arise during the course of this session of council. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the motion carries. The chair will dispense with the regular order of business to recognize the guests and visitors joining us in chambers this morning. On behalf of all members of City Council, I welcome you to our council session. We appreciate you taking the time to join us as we attend to the legislative affairs of our great city. We certainly invite you to come again. We have a significant number of guests joining us today. I want to first start off by acknowledging the Appropriations Chairman of our State Senate, State Senator Vincent Hughes. Thank you for joining us. He's also joined by the outstanding, incomparable, empowering First Lady, beautiful wife, Ms. Cheryl Lee Ralph. Let's give her a round of applause as well. Chair recognizes Councilmember Isaiah Thomas.
Good morning, Council President. Good morning, colleagues. I want to just first thank my sister and my coaching district council person, Councilmember Kessie Lozada. Most folks know that I coach high school basketball. We won a state championship a little while back, and so thank you. So Councilmember Lozada was gracious enough to honor our team, and so with that being said, I would ask that all of the members of the Sankofa Freedom Academy basketball team please stand up.
Could we stand for our young people, please? Could we give them a real big round of applause and celebrate our youth?
We were the only public league team to win a state championship this year. This is the first time in school history going to the state championship back-to-back. And I've been coaching for 16 years. Not only was this my hardest journey to the state championship, but honestly, it was it was my most rewarding journey going to a state championship. Not just because we were able to actually coach basketball, but because this is probably one of the best group of young men I've actually ever coached in my life. So it's an honor for their season to end the way it did, and I couldn't be more proud of who they are off the court, not just on the court.
Congratulations. The chair recognizes Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. President, and congratulations again to our colleague, Councilmember Isaiah Thomas. Today, I wanted to recognize special guests that we have in council chambers, the Ye Old Philadelphia Club. They will be celebrating their 100th anniversary. Today, we're joined by their president, Mike Brown, and members of the Ye Old Philadelphia Club. Please stand. I'm looking forward to celebrating their 100th anniversary next weekend. In addition to that, Council President, we have from the Free Library of Philadelphia, Kelly Richards, the president. Yes, Mark Graham, Director of Communications, Monique Moore-Pryor, President of the Free Library Foundation, Jenny Bogoni, Chief of Community Engagement and Public Programs, Amir Richardson, Director of Event Production. He's leading the One Book, One Philadelphia program this year, and Danielle Blank, the Managing Director of Public Programs. Please stand from the Free Library of Philadelphia and honor And this is in honor of our annual tradition here in council that I'm continuing from my mentor and former council member, Blondell Reynolds Brown. One Book, One Philadelphia. This year's selection is Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ng. Thank you so very much, and thank you, Councilwoman, for this tradition.
Congratulations. To the brothers from the OE Club, just let Brother Chuck Finney know I'm looking for him. So, congratulations, fellas, and welcome to City Council. The chair recognizes Minority Leader Kendra Brooks.
Thank you, Council President. I would like to recognize Sydney Espinoza from the Executive Director of Planned Parenthood of Pennsylvania and the advocates who are with us today in council. Under their leadership, Planned Parenthood of Southeastern Pennsylvania has weathered harassment, attacks, funding cuts, and remain one of the city's most trusted healthcare providers, serving over 20,000 Philadelphians. Her team will be here visiting in City Council throughout the day, and I encourage you to take time to learn more about the work they're doing and the challenges they are facing under this Trump administration. Sydney and the folks from Planned Parenthood, where are you?
Welcome to City Council. Thank you for your advocacy. Chair recognizes Councilman Ketsi Lozada.
Good morning, Council President, and thank you. I have three groups to welcome into chambers today, but I'd like to start off by congratulating and recognizing our council colleague, council member, and coach Isaiah Thomas. I want to read this because I want to get it right, but Council Member Thomas is the second most, has gone to the championships. He's the second most championships out of any active coach in the public league. He has back-to-back appearances, 3 total trips, 2 actual championships, only second to Brother Andre from Impotech. Impressive, right? Thank you so much, Coach. Sankofa for many years was in the 7th Council District. Sankofa started in the 7th Council District, but I must share Sankofa with the 1st Council District, Councilmember Squilla. Sankofa represents the heart and the hustle of Philadelphia. From the classroom to the court, you've shown us the way. Thank you, Coach and Councilmember Isaiah Thomas, for your leadership on and off the court. We are lucky to have you. The Sankofa team has served as ambassadors for their school and the greater Kensington community. We are proud to honor their achievement. This championship is a win for the school and for the city of Philadelphia. I'd also like to welcome members of the Gift of Life. April is National Donate Life Month. Today, the staff and leadership of Gift of Life, the donor program, are here in council to receive a resolution and recognition for their vital work. Can they please stand? And last but not least, I'd like to recognize the Philadelphia Children's Alliance. The PCA is a child advocacy center dedicated to supporting victims of child sexual abuse. PCA provides a safe and child-friendly space for victims to share their stories with specialized interviewers. Welcome to Chambers. Can you please stand? Thank you, Council President.
Thank you very much. Welcome to City Council. The chair want to also acknowledge the presence of former Councilwoman, the Honorable Sharon Vaughn. Thank you for joining us today. Chair also recognizes community advocate and leader of Man Up Philly, Mr. Solomon Jones. Thank you for joining us today. Chair recognizes Councilmember Mark Squilla.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, another state champion from my district. We really appreciate Councilmember Thomas, his great coaching prowess. You know, this is something that not only he will remember, but the kids will remember the rest of their lives. They have an opportunity to walk together, and then when they have reunions, we'll always remember that day to be able to win a state championship at Sankofa. So congratulations to Coach Thomas and Sankofa. Keep up the great work.
Chair recognizes Councilman Dr. Nina Ahmed.
Thank you, Council President. I wanted to recognize Lakeisha Anthony from WAR, since we are recognizing April 2026 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month and celebrating the extraordinary efforts of WAR, Philadelphia Center for Sexual Violence. Lakeisha is now the acting executive director. Congratulations. Hope it'll become permanent. Thank you for all the work you do. And later on, we will have the principal of Lankanaw and her staff here. We are recognizing Earth Week and thanking them for their extraordinary contributions to environmental safety in our city, and they'll be here later on. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Councilwoman Ketsi Lozada.
My apologies, Council President. I just saw Council Member Sharon Vaughn has joined us, and today we are going to introduce a resolution for a street naming after Councilwoman Vaughn for her deep roots in the community and her commitment as a servant leader. So, well,
Okay, congratulations. Sharon Vaughn Way, okay. A nice ring to it. Congratulations and welcome back to City Council. The chair recognizes Councilman Curtis Jones Jr.
Thank you, Mr. President. I won't need to be acknowledged. I just was hyped about my guest that I want to present today.
Absolutely, sir.
So I was doing a Phillips.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. At this time, the chair recognizes Councilmember Jamie Gaultier, who will present a resolution recognizing the life and legacy of Joseph R. Cernick for his distinguished career of public service to the city of Philadelphia and his visionary leadership in transforming the Schuylkill River Corridor, the Schuylkill River Trail, and waterfront. With Jerry Sweeney and those accompanying him, please join us at the podium as we honor the life and legacy of Joseph R. Cernick. And just before we get started, most of you who had the opportunity, and if you haven't, I encourage you to take the opportunity to visit the Schuylkill River Trail. It's a trail that's one of the most beautiful trails in our country, and we continue to build on making that trail an outstanding trail under the chair of the Schuylkill River Board, Jerry Sweeney, and thank you for joining us. But also, this resolution is introduced on my behalf based upon the work of a gentleman by the name of Joseph Cernick, who had done a lot of great things to move our city forward, but most importantly, the work that he has done to transform that trail, which is in the 2nd Councilmanic District and the 5th Councilmanic District, and it's enjoyed by thousands, hundreds of thousands of people every single year. The chair recognizes Councilman Jamie Gaultier. The floor is yours. Individuals who will be joining Jamie are Councilmember Mike Driscoll, Councilmember Nicholas O'Rourke, Councilmember Rue Landau, Councilmember Jim Harity, and Councilmember Brooks.
Thank you, Council President, and good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be able to present this resolution. I just have to say that personally, I was so saddened to hear about the death of Joe Cernick, but all of us hope to be remembered for our good works, and what a legacy that he has left behind. Particularly his work on public spaces will be a forever lasting reminder of all the good that he has done for the city of Philadelphia. Now on to the resolution. A resolution recognizing the life and legacy of Joseph R. Cernick for his distinguished career of public service to the city of Philadelphia and his visionary leadership in transforming the Schuylkill River Corridor, Trail, and waterfront.
Whereas Joseph R. Cernick was born on December 19th, 1946 in Philadelphia and was raised in Manayunk. He graduated from Roman Catholic High School in 1964 and earned his Bachelor of Science and Master of Science degrees in civil engineering from Drexel University in 1969 and 1971 respectively, laying the foundation for his career in public service. And whereas in 1971, Mr. Cernick began his career with the Philadelphia Streets Department, where he spent 34 years overseeing hundreds of public works and infrastructure projects to support the functionality and the safety of the city. And
whereas in 1986, he was appointed Chief Engineer and Surveyor for the Streets Department, supervising major projects such as the Schuylkill Expressway reconstruction, Martin Luther King Drive improvements, South Broad Street streetlight and tree installation, and safety enhancements in Fairmount Park and along Kelly Drive. And whereas Mr. Cernick's leadership advanced bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure throughout the city. He is responsible for the beautification of Penrose Avenue, the creation of a bikeway in Schuylkill River Park, and countless collaborations with civic partners to enhance alternative transportation and public space. And
whereas, following his retirement from the Streets Department in 2005, he became the president and CEO of the Schuylkill River Development Corporation, SRDC, the nonprofit organization working in partnership with public agencies to revitalize the Schuylkill River corridor. And
whereas Mr. Ciernik's engineering expertise and deep familiarity with city, state, and federal agencies and city council enabled SRDC to secure millions of dollars in funding and successfully deliver numerous complex capital projects, including Grace Ferry Crescent, the CSX Connector Bridge, the Schuylkill River Boardwalk, Bartram's Mile, the Christian to Crescent Connector Bridge, and the long-awaited Spring Bridge. And
whereas Mr. Ciernik is remembered for transforming the once inaccessible industrial riverfront into a continuous world-class public trail and greenway connecting neighborhoods and expanding access to the Schuylkill River, now therefore be it.
Resolved by the Council of the City of Philadelphia, hereby honors the life and legacy of Joseph R. Ciernik for his distinguished career of public service to the City of Philadelphia and his visionary leadership in transforming the Schuylkill River corridor, trail, and waterfront. What a breathtaking body of work. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. The chair recognizes Jerry Sweeney for remarks.
Well, first of all, what a wonderful and poignant moment for us. As you've heard, SRDC's mission is for the Schuylkill River Trail to connect 27 diverse neighborhoods that touch the river from the Art Museum down to the Delaware, to integrate Philadelphia's river into the very fabric of city life, to make our river trail a point of civic pride, a place to be, a place to create memories, and a banner for Philadelphia's creative potential. Joe Ciernik lived and breathed that mission every single day. His dedication was unmatched. He always saw obstacles to our mission, and there were many, as opportunities to overcome. He was a visionary leader, an excellent co-worker, and a very dear friend to many of us. His legacy is experienced every single day by the thousands of Philadelphians and visitors to our city who celebrate life on Schuylkill banks. We all hope, and many of you are in public service, we all hope to have an impact on life, to leave the world better than we found it. Joe Ciernik did that. Joe embodied the definition of a good person. It's not what you take, it's what you give back. And Joe gave back every single day. He loved Philadelphia, and as you heard, he gave his career making Philadelphia a better place. But his highest calling, his greatest legacy, was being a husband of 55 years to the love of his life, Mary Beth, a father to 3 wonderful daughters who are up here today, brother Blaze, and grandpop to 7 grandchildren. We miss Joe every single day. And at SRDC, he laid a solid foundation to spur us on to greater achievements and his family an amazing number of wonderful, long-lasting memories. Mr. President, members of council, thank you so much for your support of SRDC over the past 26 years. Much has been accomplished, but really for this very special recognition of Joe. Our collective work, led by Joe, has created an enduring, world-class asset for the entire city. And Mary Beth, to you and your entire family, we're so appreciative for you encouraging Joe to pursue his passion for the trail and to give so much of his time to execute our wonderful mission. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Council will be at ease. also would like to take a moment to, I guess today is City Council Alumni Day. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the Honorable Janie L. Blackwell. Let's give her a round of applause. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge, one of my big brothers and mentor, former council member, the Honorable George Burrell. At this time, the chair recognizes Councilmember Dr. Nina Ahmed, who present a resolution honoring Angelo Perryman and Perryman Building and Construction for 70 years of excellent leadership and lasting impact on the city of Philadelphia. Will Mr. Perryman and those accompanying him please join the council member at the podium? Joining Councilmember Dr. Nina Ahmed are the following council members: Councilmember Mark Squilla, Councilmember Rue Landau, Councilmember Kendra Brooks, Councilmember Anthony Phillips, and Councilmember Jeffrey J. Young.
Council President.
Chair recognizes Councilman Dr. Nina Ahmed.
Thank you, Council President. Good morning, council members. Good morning, guests. I am proud today to honor one of our great families and civic leaders, Angelo Perryman, who has served our city for 28 years as the second-generation owner of Perryman Construction Services, one of the premier Black-owned major construction companies in our city. Perryman Construction was established in 1954 by Jimmy L. Perryman Sr. and has a long tradition of quality craftsmanship and dependable service. Mr. Perryman is a shining example of Black American excellence, humility in leadership, a commitment to shaping policy and systems, and taking leadership and advisory roles when called upon. He has served our city as a chair of the Mayor's Advisory Council on Construction Industry Diversity during the Nutter administration, a member of the Mayor's Advisory Council on Construction Industry Diversity, a member of the Licenses and Inspections Oversight Committee, also in the Nutter administration, and participant in the Small and Local Business Roundtable. Mr. Perryman is often called upon in these types of roles due to his position as a trusted partner in the community and because of his integrity and reliability. Mr. Perryman has remained committed to Philadelphia since moving here. In 1998, he assumed leadership of the construction company and guided it through 1,000 projects, helping to transform and modernize Philadelphia. Mr. Perryman, the Perryman family, the Perryman Construction has grown with Philadelphia and has never relocated or scaled away from our city. And we are likely seeing yet another generation of Perrymans inherit the business in his daughter, Angelina. I just want to talk about this is what wealth building looks like. This is what excellence looks like. And so it is my honor to present this resolution, and my colleagues will join me. Honoring Angelo Perryman and Perryman Construction for 72 years of excellence, leadership, and lasting impact on the city of Philadelphia.
Whereas Perryman Construction, one of the Perryman Black-owned major construction companies, was founded in 1954 by Jimmy Perryman in Evergreen, Alabama, and over the past 70 years has become a respected and enduring presence in Philadelphia construction industry, playing vital roles in shaping the skyline and strengthening the infrastructure of our city. And
Whereas in 1998, Angelo Perryman assumed leadership of the company as president and relocated it to Philadelphia, guiding its continued growth and overseeing more than 1,000 projects that have helped transform and modernize the region. And whereas the company's work includes landmark projects such as the installation of approximately 64,000 seats at Lincoln Financial Field, the expansion of the Pennsylvania Convention Center, the Drexel University Health Sciences Building, improvements at Philadelphia International Airport, the Kimmel Center for the Performing Arts, and the Philadelphia Zoo parking garage, among numerous other commercial and industrial developments. And
whereas on February 9th, 2026, at the General Building Contractors Association Annual Business Meeting, Angelo Perryman was elected chairman of the board, becoming the first African American to serve in this role, a distinction that reflects the confidence of his peers and his strong commitment to union construction, workforce development, and public-private collaborations. And
whereas, as a proud second-generation leader, Angelo Perryman has carried forward his family's legacy of hard work and opportunity, mentoring future leaders and preparing the next generation, including his children, Angelina Perryman and Anthony Perryman, to continue the company's tradition of service and impact. Now, therefore, be it.
Resolved by the Council of the City of Philadelphia, hereby recognizes and honors Angelo Perryman for his exemplary leadership, significant contributions to the construction industry, and enduring impact on the City of Philadelphia.
Further resolved that engrossed copies of this resolution are going to be presented to Angelo Perryman and to the Perryman Construction as evidence of the Council's admiration and support.
Congratulations. The chair recognizes Mr. Perryman. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ahmed, Council President Johnson, and council leaders of this great body for allowing me just to be here today. Today represents an intersection of many dreams. Most people have played a role in this business, never thought that what they were helping to do would be where we are today. There's been times when the challenges of running a family-owned business were almost insurmountable. Finding new opportunities, access to affordable financing, bonding, and creating the workforce of the future. We have been so blessed to have friends and family that saw every challenge as a challenge for themselves. When we had no work, little jobs would just appear. And they would be in the names of Jim Roundtree, Wes Wyatt, John Ball, Craig Sabatino. And when there wasn't a standard even there to even follow, Angelina and Anthony and their Uncle Jimmy created a standard with innovation, thinking about the future, and the desire that this company would be what my father wanted to be is to last forever. When I had situations where we ran into problems, people like Kimmel Dawkins would say, we'll figure it out. As a business owner, there have been few times when it's been a we that was ever stated. And we are so much appreciated to that. The business challenges of tomorrow will require more than friends or family. It will require a network of leaders, private, public, committed to the growth of new businesses, those interested in seeing a new breed of black and brown business, small and large, They are not all small. With the capacity to grow in the region, and what is most critical is that we need a governmental involvement every step of the way to make sure that fair access is possible. It is critical that we now focus on that in this day and time more than ever. Friends and family can no longer do it. It's going to require more. Perryman Construction has called Philadelphia its home for almost 25 years. Our business has invested in Philadelphia. It has grown in Philadelphia. And through the future leadership of Angelina Perryman, which she had to remind me that she's been with the company now almost 20 years, that her leadership will continue to be a part of this fabric called Philadelphia family for many years to come. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Council will be at ease. I was told we almost have a quorum of alumni and city council members. Somewhere in the audience is the Honorable Blondell Reynolds Brown. Can we give her a round of applause? I know why she's here. Support one of her members of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, who is being honored today. So, welcome back. At this time, the chair recognizes Councilman Curtis Jones, who presented a resolution honoring and recognizing Rick Williams, Shari Williams, Yuki Washington, Thera Martin, and Solomon Jones for their service to Philadelphia as trusted journalists and stewards of truth during Black History Month. With the honorees and those accompanying them, please join Councilmember Jones at the podium. Joining Member Jones are the following members: Councilmember Dr. Anthony Phillips, Councilmember Jamie Gautier, Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson, Councilmember Rude Landau, Councilmember Jeffrey J. Young, Councilmember Jim Harity, Councilmember Nicholas O'Rourke, Councilmember Cindy Bass, and Councilmember Dr. Nina Ahmed.
Council President, talk about a Philadelphia Mount Rushmore for communicators in our neighborhood. You're looking at the starting lineup. Give them a round of applause. Since the beginning of time, it has been important to get credible messengers, to give the messages to the people. Words do matter. We the people matters. And truth in communications is important. Now more than ever, with number 47 in the White House, you got to filter your news to figure out what is true and what is made up fake news, to quote him. But when you have trusted members of our community and our journalism community and our communications network, you can look and say, I know them. And they know us. They know the difference between Washington Avenue and Washington Lane. And don't need a GPS signal to get there. And those are important factors in how we receive our news. So I'm proud and pleased to recognize them today in our chambers. Dr. Phillips, where are you? You're supposed to be up here. Right? So when I first came here, I used to love to read these citations. My eyes have betrayed me, so I get my surrogates to take over. Dr. Phillips, I'm sorry, Mr. President, your job.
Okay. All right. Well,
Floor is yours, sir. Dr.
thank
Phillips.
you. Solomon Jones, as we know, is our incredible radio personality, and this along with Thera Martin. And then we have Yuki Washington, and two of the most incredible anchor
He's
teams
only saying
ever.
Solomon Jones because he live up in the Northwest together. Always.
A lot of greatness comes from Northwest. But we also have my two favorite anchors, and it's not because they're African American, they just happen to be African American, and that is Rick Williams and Shari Williams, who are doing an incredible job with 6 ABC. So, honoring and recognizing Rick Williams, Shari Williams, Yuki Washington, Thera Martin, and Solomon Jones for their service to Philadelphia as trusted journalists and stewards of truth.
During Black History Month. Whereas access to reliable information is essential to a functioning democracy and to the everyday decisions Philadelphians make about their lives and communities. And
whereas Rick Williams, Shari Williams, Yuki Washington, Thera Martin, and Solomon Jones have built public trust through consistent, responsible reporting that centers on the people of Philadelphia. And
Whereas Rick Williams has served Philadelphia for more than 3 decades as an anchor and reporter for 6 ABC Action News, bringing important local news to audiences across the region, hosting community programs such as Crime Fighters, and helping guide viewers through major events, while also supporting young people through mentoring and nonprofit work, such as his role with Philadelphia Futures. And
I'm local fangirling out. I love this. Whereas Shari Williams is co-anchor for Action News at 5 p.m. on 6 ABC and at 10 p.m. on PHL 17, with a career that includes reporting on national political moments, major sporting events, and community issues. And in 2024 was honored as Journalist of the Year by the Philadelphia Association of Black Journalists. Williams also holds a master's degree from the University of Pennsylvania and is deeply committed to mentoring young people and advocating for mental health awareness and
Whereas Yuki Washington has long been a trusted presence in Philadelphia's journalism as a co-anchor of evening newscasts on CBS 3 and KYW-TV, bringing thoughtful reporting and community context to viewers, while also engaging audiences through segments like Keeping It Real and discussions of local social issues. Washington's long tenure in broadcast journalism and his work connecting with audiences across generations reflect his dedication to civic life and storytelling. And
whereas Sarah Martin has been a fixture in Philadelphia media landscape for decades, working across radio, cable television, and print, hosting programs such as News You Can Use and the Electric Magazine Show, and using her voice to spotlight small business owners, nonprofit, and community concerns throughout the city. Martin's career reflects a deep commitment to community information, local issues, and supporting civic engagement. And
whereas Solomon Jones is an award-winning columnist and author whose work for outlets including Philadelphia Daily News, The Access Philly, consistently addresses race, class, and social justice in Philadelphia, while also serving as radio host on Word and contributing to national outlets such as NPR and CNN.
Jones has used his platform to elevate critical conversations about equity and opportunity, and his books and columns have made significant contributions to the city's literary and journalistic tradition. And
whereas their work has documented the challenges, progress, and lived experience of Black communities across the city of Philadelphia, often during moments when clarity and care were most needed. And
whereas their presence in local news has helped shape now how Philadelphia sees itself and how it's seen by others, while opening doors for those who follow in their paths. Now, therefore, be it.
Resolved that the Council of the City of Philadelphia hereby honors and recognizes Rick Williams, Shari Williams, Yuki Washington, Tara Martin, and Solomon Jones for their service to Philadelphia as a trusted journalist and stewards for the truth during Black History Month. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So, just real quick, thank you, Mr. President. One of the things you don't know is we watch you, right? No, we watch you both, what you say and how you dress.
Pretty sharp, right?
We get together in the closet, talk about ties, and we say, all right, what did Rick have on today? And so therefore, we are proposing in the budget that the president, I don't think this is going to pass, gets us a tie budget so that we can keep up with you guys. Thank you, Mr. President.
Excuse me, we need something too.
There you go, equal opportunity. Sherry, yeah.
Well, congratulations, all the honorees. The chair recognizes the honorees for brief remarks.
Good morning. Thank you. I know because I'm on the councilman's turf, I wore a turtleneck this morning because He wears some wonderful ties as well. And I knew the Honorable Vincent Hughes was going to be here, and so I definitely got to wear a turtleneck because I'm not trying to compete. But thank you for this distinction. I love Philadelphia. I've been working at 6ABC for almost 40 years. Yeah, I'm older than I look. Thank you. But for much of those years, I anchored with a woman named Monica Malpass, who retired a number of years ago. And when she did, I said, who is going to fill Monica's shoes? And then in walks this diva right here, Shari Williams. And, you know, we just happen to have the same last name, which is either serendipity or coincidence. A lot of people think we're married. You know, I was in the mall the other day and with my wife, Jocelyn, and a woman says, I just love watching you and your wife on TV. And I said to her, well, this is my wife right here. And she said, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. But Shari makes me want to be a better anchor and a better journalist, and I thank her for that. I thank the city of Philadelphia and the city leaders for making me want to be a better Philadelphian and a better black man in this wonderful city. So thank you very much for this distinction. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for supporting us. You know, it's no small thing that Shari and I became the first black anchor team in Philadelphia at 5 o'clock. We don't take that lightly. So thank you, Councilman. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. President, and continue to watch 6ABC. Thank you. Shari.
What an honor to be here this morning. Thank you to this esteemed council, to Councilmember Curtis Jones, who represents the 4th District so well. What a privilege to be here, and I'm so grateful to have a co-anchor like Rick Williams. He welcomed me in from the moment I got here. I'm celebrating 12 years now in Philadelphia with PVI, 6ABC Action News, and I did my test run with him over 12 years ago to get this job, and he encouraged me and told me, you're gonna be all right. And so far, it's the truth. In these 12 years, I've had the privilege to tell the stories of this community, to highlight its triumphs, to bear witness to its struggles, but to amplify the voices of the diverse, vibrant people who make this city extraordinary. And it's true, truth is being challenged. Journalism is so important right now. This city, Philadelphia, built on grit. We don't fold under pressure, we just rise through it. And that's the type of grit that we push for to do our job with excellence and purpose. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for this honor. Glad to be here this morning.
I want to thank this council for this honor. Thank you, Councilman Jones. No, we are not related. But I appreciate everything that this city has given me. When I started out as a journalist 33 years ago at the Philadelphia Tribune, I wrote my first story from a homeless shelter. I was sleeping in bed number 65 at the Ridge Avenue shelter. I've lived on these streets. I have written about these streets. I know these streets like the back of my hand. And when we talk about Black history, I know that that history is interwoven throughout this city. You know, I said a few weeks ago at the President's House exhibit at 6th and Market that you can't pry the history of slavery off the walls in Philadelphia. That literally, if you want to take away the history of slavery in Philadelphia, you'd have to dig up Girard Avenue because it's named after an enslaver named Stephen Girard. That you'd have to change the name of Stenton Avenue because it's named after the residence where an enslaver named James Logan lived. That you'd have to rename Cliveden Street because it's named after the house where a family of enslavers named the Chews lived. And that Chew Avenue and the Logan neighborhood are named after those very same enslavers. And so you can't pry our history off the walls. And so understanding that context is key to what we do in journalism. Because in order to tell the truth, you have to know where the truth comes from. I've been grateful that as a journalist, I've been able to travel to Ghana and know that our history does not start with enslavement. That our history does not start with chains. that our history starts with greatness and that is where our history is going. Because when you know where you come from, you can know where you're going. And so I'm grateful for all that I have been able to do as a journalist, but I see myself not as someone who is on CNN or on these various platforms. I see myself as a servant to this community that's given me so much. So thank you for who you are, and thank you for pushing me and pushing us to be better. Thank you.
I also want to say good morning to everyone here today, and I am honored and humbled for the opportunity to stand here next to my brother, City Councilman Curtis Jones Jr. I stand on the shoulders of Louise Williams Bishop. I stand on the shoulders of W. Cody Anderson. I stand on the shoulders of Kearney Anderson and Butterball, and I stand on the shoulders of Maddie Humphrey, just to name a few. I am thankful for those who came before me to cut a pathway that I could have a voice in radio today. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful for that. I also thank Dr. Walter Lomax from WURD for the opportunity he gave me to be a program director at that radio station. So I'm just honored, I'm humbled today. Council President Kenyatta Johnson, all of our amazing council people who are here, and you, Councilman Curtis Jones, thank you, thank you, thank you for the honor.
Representative Yuki?
Hello, I'm Kathleen Giroux. I'm from CBS Philadelphia, and I'm here to represent Yuki Washington, which, by the way, is mission impossible, okay, as we all know. Yuki he's everything. He's everything to our news operation. He sets the tone. He makes sure we're in the right neighborhoods. He makes sure we're telling the right stories. And he's done so there with us for more than 40 years. And we are so grateful to have him. And Yuki wanted me to tell you how grateful he is for this honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Council will be at ease. At this time, the chair will recognize Councilman Curtis Jones, who will have an opportunity to present a resolution honoring and recognizing a young lady who is outstanding, empowering, graceful. Before there was Jennifer Hudson and Beyonce, it was Jennifer Holliday and Shirley Ralph, the original Dream Girl. You may have seen her on Abbott Elementary, and she's also an Emmy Award winner as well. And so she will be recognized today by Councilman Curtis Jones for being named one of Time Magazine's most influential women of the year in 2026. With Ms. Cheryl Lee Ralph and those accompanying her, please join her at the podium. We can give her a real big, give us some Philadelphia, real big round of applause, everyone. Joining Member Phillips, joining Member Jones is Councilmember Dr. Anthony Phillips, Councilmember Jamie Gautier, Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson, Councilmember Rue Landau, Councilmember Young, Councilmember Harity, Councilmember Nicholas O'Rourke, Councilmember Bass, and Councilmember Dr. Nina Ahmed.
So, my favorite quote in all of the parts you played, you did in an interview, oh no, and it was actually a song, I believe, that said, I know I'm an endangered species, but I don't sing a victim song. And I thought that was so very powerful for that kind of statement, Senator, to be said by an African-American woman in these times. I struggled earlier today and last night to say which part did I enjoy you in most. There was Dream Girls. There was the Mighty Quinn. She was bossing that too, right? There's Abbott Elementary. But Ray Donovan was one of the ones I like too now, right? But the part that I enjoyed the most, Mr. President, is her role as the First Lady of the 7th Senatorial District, married to Senator Hughes. And you taught me, Senator, to always let people smell their flowers while they can appreciate it. So would you do us the honor of presenting? All right, now that's how you stay. That's how you stay married. You want to say something?
You want to say something?
Floor is yours, sir.
Mr. President, thank you.
Floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Councilman Jones. Thank you, members of City Council and all those gathered. Y'all know me. I got the mic. I'm going to take advantage of the moment. Just sitting on the side, watching this council and watching and seeing the veteran council people in the room, I have to tell you, I look at y'all with the long view, you know? Especially when I'm 104 miles away at the state capitol in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Y'all doing some hell of a work. Y'all doing a hell of a job. The work you've done to reduce violent crime, the work you've done and about to do on the country's most innovative housing program is envied all across the country. And you all need to know that, Mr. President, and all of my friends and colleagues. Y'all are doing some great work. I see it, and I wanted you to know that I see it. And I value our relationship, and I value our friendship, and I certainly value fact that y'all had some good sense, Councilman Jones, to recognize Time Magazine's 2026 Woman of the Year. She's been my Woman of the Year since January 31st, 2002. Amen. Sweetheart, there are no words. Having watched this 40-year overnight sensation bloom, all right, in these moments, and having you recognized as the Woman of the Year by Time Magazine, but it really is embodied in all of the young people who look up to you in so many ways. And I get the chance to just sit back and watch that. And I'm just the eye candy, what can I say, all right? You know, but just so very, very proud of you. And although City Council has honored a lot of folks deserving today, this doesn't happen to everybody. And you are so deserving of this. So here you go.
Good job. Played your part.
I did my role. Okay.
Chair recognizes Member Jones.
Well, I was just having a quick joke with Councilmember Nicholas O'Rourke. We grew up in the 90s. We're the same age, and we knew Parenthood very, very well, along with Sister Act, which we were so thankful for you. And I was just in Ocho Rios, and I saw this big billboard honoring Cheryl Lee Ralph. I was like, she's a Jamaican hero, too. So it's just wonderful. Like she said, not many people get this, Senator, and it's definitely an honor for you to be here with us today. Honoring and recognizing Cheryl Lee Ralph for being named one of Time Magazine's most influential women of the year in 2026.
Whereas Cheryl Lee Ralph, an acclaimed actress, singer, and activist, has devoted nearly 5 decades to excellence in performing arts, captivating audiences with her dynamic presence, powerful voice, and unwavering commitment to her craft. And
whereas Ms. Ralph first rose to national prominence with her Tony Award-nominated performance as Dina Jones in the original Broadway production of Dreamgirls, establishing herself as a trailblazer in American theater and opening doors for generations of Black performers. And
whereas her distinguished career spans television, film, and stage, including her celebrated portrayal of Barbara Howard on the critically acclaimed ABC sitcom Abbott Elementary, where she brings authenticity, humor, and grace to the role of a dedicated educator. And
the fangirl continues, whereas in 2022, Ms. Ralph received a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series for her role in Abbott Elementary, becoming only the second Black woman to earn this honor in the category, and has since continued to receive consecutive nominations, solidifying her legacy as a groundbreaking performer. And
I just got to say, my wife is going to be so mad the one day she didn't come today. In my house, it's not Christmas until I'm watching Miss Ralph on the Hallmark Channel. You know what I'm saying? Every time I come in, my wife's sitting there, listen to her sing, dance, a triple threat, they call it, right? Whereas in April 2025, after nearly 50 years of perseverance and artistic excellence, Miss Ralph was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, baby. That's what I'm talking about. A long overdue recognition of her enduring contributions to the entertainment industry. And
Wednesday night is a staple in my household. We have to watch Abbott Elementary with my son and my wife. So, and whereas beyond her artistic accomplishments, Ms. Ralph has dedicated her life to advocacy and public service, founding the Diva Foundation in 1990 to raise awareness about HIV/AIDS and provide critical support to affected communities, particularly those historically underserved and overlooked.
Y'all know Sister Act 2 is formative for theater and song kids all over the world. Whereas her advocacy continues through impactful storytelling, including her role as executive producer of the documentary Living Proof, which amplifies the voices of Black women in the South living with HIV and underscores her commitment to ensuring that every individual story is heard and it's valued. And
whereas Ms. Ralph has also been a passionate champion for educators, using her platform through Abbott Elementary to highlight the dedication, compassion, and resilience of teachers who shape the lives of young people and each day. And
whereas, in recognition of her exemplary influence, cultural impact, and unwavering dedication to uplifting others, Ms. Ralph has been named one of the honorees of Time's Most Influential Women of the Year, a prestigious distinction celebrating women who are shaping the world through leadership, advocacy, and transformative impact. And
whereas Ms. Ralph's legacy is defined not only by her artistic excellence, but her commitment to empowering communities, amplifying underrepresented voices, and inspiring generations to persevere with courage, authenticity, and purpose. Now therefore be it.
Resolved by the Council of the City of Philadelphia that it hereby honors and congratulates Cheryl Lee Ralph on being named one of Time Magazine's Most Influential Women of the Year and celebrates her outstanding contributions to the arts, advocacy, and global community. And
further resolved that an engrossed copy of this resolution be presented to Cheryl Lee Ralph as an expression of the admiration and gratitude of the Council of the City of Philadelphia.
Congratulations. The floor is yours, Ms. Ralph.
Council, and the song is, I am an endangered species, but I sing no victim song. I am a woman, I am an artist, and I know where my voice belongs. So I thank you, Councilman Jones. I thank all of the members of the City Council of Philadelphia for this incredible and outstanding honor. Congratulations to everyone before me who was honored and acknowledged this morning. To be recognized by this city, a city that shapes, challenges, and ultimately sustains so many, there are few acknowledgments more meaningful than that, and I accept this honor not as a finish line, but as a reminder of the responsibility that comes with being seen, being heard, and entrusted with purpose. We often think of recognition as something earned individually, but the truth is none of us arrives at moments of significance alone. We are lifted up by neighbors who believe in us, mentors who guide us, critics who sharpen us, and haters who ignored us. Gotta thank you, haters. And also by communities that refuse to let us settle for less than our potential. So I stand here as one voice, but I carry so many voices with me. This city, this great city of Philadelphia, is more than just streets and structures. Philadelphia is resilience. Philadelphia is diversity of thought, culture, and experience. Philadelphia is quiet courage of people who wake up every day, committed to carry on, committed to build something better, even when the path is difficult and uncertain. And this honor, if it represents anything, I hope it reflects a shared commitment of all of us, especially of you, City Council, especially of the people that come here to have your voices heard. I heard you, Planned Parenthood. All of you coming to speak up and keep reaching across lines, and some of these lines are thick and hard that can divide us these days. Progress does not come from comfort. Thank you. It comes from connection. It comes from listening. It comes from the willingness to act even when it is not popular, even when it is difficult. And I am deeply grateful and equally aware that gratitude must be matched with continued service. So I accept this recognition with humility and with a renewed promise to contribute meaningfully, to uplift where I can, and to stand firmly with what brings us closer together. And I especially want to thank the women of Philadelphia for leaving Senator Vincent Hughes alone. For a woman to come all the way from California to meet the love of her life and proclaim it at the top of the rocky stairs in front of the museum that we love each other and we love the great city that is Philadelphia. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Philadelphia.
Congratulations. Council will be at ease. Let's give Shirley Ruff another big round of applause, please. All right, let's rock and roll. The next order of business is communications. The chair requests that the Sergeant at Arms deliver the messages from the mayor to the chief clerk. Will the chief clerk please read the messages from the mayor and any other communications in her possession?
To the President and the members of the Council of the City of Philadelphia, I'm submitting herewith for the consideration of your honorable body the following proposed. An ordinance authorizing the Chief Information Officer on behalf of the city to enter into a multi-year agreement to purchase licenses for email, cloud services, enterprise software, data services, security software, and other related computing products and services under certain terms and conditions. An ordinance authorizing the Chief Information Officer on behalf of the city to enter into a multi-year agreement to purchase support for mainframe and database software protocols and applications under certain terms and conditions. An ordinance amending Section 10-710 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Dumping and Debris and Short Dumping to change the standard for determining violations all under certain terms and conditions. An ordinance to amend Title 14 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Zoning and Planning by revising certain provisions relating to the Transit Improvement Bonus to clarify parameters and revise the bonus structure and by making related changes all under certain terms and conditions. An ordinance authorizing and approving the execution and delivery of a service agreement between the city and the Philadelphia Authority for Industrial Development relating to the provision by the Philadelphia Authority for Industrial Development of development assistance to support certain costs related to promoting economic and commercial development of the city, approving the guarantee by the Philadelphia Authority for Industrial Development of certain obligations related to the issuance of a letter of credit to secure the funding of such costs, authorizing and approving the obligation of the city to pay in full when due the service fee and other amounts payable under the service agreement and covenanting to make necessary appropriations for such purposes, and authorizing city officials to take necessary or appropriate actions to accomplish the intent and purpose of the ordinance, all under certain terms and conditions. A resolution authorizing the Commissioner of Public Property to execute and deliver to the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority deeds conveying fee simple title to 45 and 75 East Ashmead Street in the 8th Councilmanic District of the City of Philadelphia, and further authorizing the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority to transfer to the Philadelphia Land Bank fee simple title to such properties pursuant to Section 16-405 of the Philadelphia Code. A resolution approving the appointment of William Snyder Jr. as a member of the Board of Commissioners of the Philadelphia Housing Authority. A resolution confirming the appointment of the Honorable Heidi C. Fox as a member of the Board of Ethics to serve in the term ending November 16th, 2030. And pursuant to sections 4-604 and 2-307 of the Home Rule Charter, I am today transmitting to the Council the recommendation of the City Planning Commission on the following bills. Bill number 260133, not for approval. Bill number 260165, Bill number 260207, Bill number 260211, Bill number 260212, Bill number 260213, Bill number 260214, Bill number 260216, Bill number 260217, for approval. I'm pleased to advise you that on March 30th, 2026, I signed the following bills which were passed by Council on its session March 26th, 2026. Bill number 260131 and Bill number 260161. I'm pleased to advise you that on March 30th, 2026, I signed the following bills which were passed by Council at its session on March 19th, 2026. Bill number 250843-AA, Bill number 260021, Bill number 260022, Bill number 260055, Bill number 260073, and Bill number 260074. Finally, I'm pleased to advise you that on April 7th, 2026, I signed the following bills which were passed by Council at its session on March 26th, 2026. Bill number 250844, Bill number 250980-A, Bill number 251068, Bill number 251069, Bill number 251099, Bill number 251102, Bill number 260025, Bill number 260095, Bill number 260115, and Bill number 260132. There are no further communications in my possession, Council President.
Thank you very much. The message will be printed in the journal. The next order of business is the introduction of bills and resolutions. Chair recognizes Councilmember Dr. Anthony Phillips.
Thank you, Council President. I have no bills or resolutions for introduction today, but I'm thrilled to see that our Councilwoman Sharon Vaughn is here today.
Thank you very much. Chair also recognizes Mr. Sam Staton Jr. Thank you for joining us today as well. Chair recognizes Majority Leader Kathleen Gilmore Richardson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today I offer 2 privilege resolutions and 1 bill on your behalf.
Thank you very much. Would the Chief Clerk please read the title of the bill and resolutions?
An ordinance authorizing and approving the execution and delivery of a service agreement between the City and the Philadelphia Authority for Industrial Development relating to the provision by the Philadelphia Authority for Industrial Development of development assistance to support certain costs related to promoting economic and commercial development of the city, approving the guarantee by the Philadelphia Authority for Industrial Development of certain obligations related to the issuance of a letter of credit to secure the funding of such costs, authorizing and approving the obligation of the city to pay in full when due the service fee and other amounts payable under the service agreement, and covenanting to make necessary appropriations for such purposes, and authorizing city officials to take necessary or appropriate actions to accomplish the intent and purpose of the ordinance, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a privileged resolution recognizing and congratulating the members of Ye Old Philadelphia Club of Philadelphia on the occasion of their 100th anniversary.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar.
And a privileged resolution celebrating the selection of Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ning for the 2026 One Book, One Philadelphia program.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. Chair recognizes Councilmember Jamie Gaultier.
Thank you, Council President. Today I have 2 bills and 3 non-privileged resolutions.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bills and resolutions.
An ordinance to approve amendments to the University of Pennsylvania Master Plan in the area bounded by Walnut Street, 36th Street, Spruce Street, and 39th Street related to the class of 1920 Commons Building at 3800 Locust Walk and the Stuart Weitzman Theater addition to the Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts, ACPA, at 3680 Walnut Street.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance to amend the Philadelphia zoning maps by changing the zoning designations of certain areas of land located within an area bounded by Spruce Street, 34th Street, Civic Center Boulevard, and University Avenue.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a non-privileged resolution also naming the 200 block of South Alden Street as Dr. Wesley Proctor Way to honor the life, leadership, and lasting contributions of Dr. Wesley T. Proctor to the Philadelphia community.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at our next session of council.
And a non-privileged resolution also naming the 700 block of 48th Street as Sean Peretta Way to honor the life and memory of Sean Peretta Esquire and his enduring contributions to the Mill Creek and West Philadelphia communities.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at the next session of council.
And a non-privileged resolution also naming the 4700 block of Brown Street as Tiffany Fletcher Way, gone but never forgotten, to honor the life and legacy of Tiffany Fletcher and her impact on the Mill Creek community.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at our next session of council. Chair recognizes Councilman Isaiah Thomas.
Good morning, Council President. Oh, wow. Good afternoon, Council President. Good afternoon, everybody. Today I offer 1 resolution.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the resolution. Is it privileged or non-privileged?
Privileged. A privileged resolution recognizing and honoring Masala Yusufazi for being the recipient of the 2026 WHYY Lifelong Learning Award for her contributions to the fundamental right to education for all individuals.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. Chair recognizes Councilman Curtis Jones Jr.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today I offer 1 bill supported and introduced by Dr. Nina Ahmad and the Chair of Education, Coach Thomas.
Thank you very much. Will the Chief Clerk please read the title of the bill?
An ordinance to amend the Philadelphia zoning maps by changing the zoning designations of certain areas of land located within an area bounded by Ridge Avenue, Spring Lane, Haggis Mill Road, Port Royal Avenue, River Road, and the Montgomery County line.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee. Chair recognizes Councilman Rulandau.
Good morning, Council President, colleagues, and the public. Today I have one bill and 3 privilege resolutions.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bill and resolutions.
An ordinance amending Section 9-803 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Fair Housing Commission and Section 20-304 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Compensation for Members of Boards, Commissions, Committees, and Councils to amend the compensation paid to members of the Fair Housing Commission and delete superfluous provisions, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a privileged resolution recognizing and honoring CASA for Children of Philadelphia County on its 20th anniversary for its outstanding service, advocacy, and commitment to ensuring the safety, stability, and well-being of children in Philadelphia's foster care system.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar.
And a privileged resolution honoring and congratulating Philadelphia's iconic chefs and restaurants named as nominees for the 2026 James Beard Awards.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar.
And a privileged resolution declaring April 2026 as Jazz Appreciation Month in the city of Philadelphia and celebrating the city's extraordinary jazz legacy.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. Chair recognizes Councilman Ketty Lozada.
Thank you, Council President. Today I have 2 non-privileged and 2 privileged resolutions.
Thank you very much. Please, Chief Clerk, please read the title of the resolutions.
A non-privileged resolution renaming the 300 block of East Rockland Street between North 2nd Street and North 3rd Street, Sharon Vaughn Street, in honor of her service, advocacy, and dedication to public service.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration in our next session of council.
And a non-privileged resolution renaming the 400 block of West Lehigh Avenue to Wilfredo Gonzalez Way in recognition of Wilfredo Gonzalez's lifelong contributions to the Latin American community, devoted service to his country, and commitment to cultural empowerment in Philadelphia.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration in our next session of council.
And a privileged resolution honoring and recognizing Sankofa Freedom Academy Charter School on winning the 2026 PIAA Class 1A Boys Basketball State Championship.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar.
And a privileged resolution honoring Councilmember Isaiah Thomas's dedication towards elevating the lives of young people throughout Philadelphia.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. I'm talking about. Council supports council. Chair recognizes Councilmember Jeffrey J. Young.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today I offer 1 bill, 1 privilege resolution.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bill and resolution.
An ordinance amending Section 9-208 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Sidewalk Cafes to authorize additional locations for sidewalk cafes, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a privileged resolution recognizing April 2026 as School Library Month in the city of Philadelphia.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. The chair recognizes. Sure. Chair recognizes Councilmember Jeffrey J. Young.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask that this resolution just read by the clerk be held until the next session of council.
Shall be granted, sir. Chair recognizes Councilmember Kendra Brooks.
Thank you, Council President. I have no bills or resolutions to offer today.
Thank you very much. Chair recognizes Councilmember Jim Harity.
Good afternoon, Council President. 1 privilege, 1 non-privilege today.
Thank you very much. Would the Chief Clerk please read the title of the resolutions?
A privileged resolution recognizing the 100th anniversary of Glazier's Local Number 252 of the International Union of Painters and Allied Trades, chartered April 12, 1926 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar.
And a non-privileged resolution recognizing Commonwealth v. Derek Lee 2026, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court's landmark decision striking down Pennsylvania's outdated felony murder law and calling on the Pennsylvania General Assembly to pass SB 387, reforming Pennsylvania's unconstitutional felony murder law.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at the next session of council. Chair recognizes Councilmember Nicholas O'Rourke.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have 1 non-privileged resolution to introduce today.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the resolution.
A non-privileged resolution calling on the United States Congress to pass and the President to sign the Living Wage for Musicians Act.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration in the next session of council. Chair recognizes Councilman Mike Driscoll.
Morning, Mr. President. I have one bill on my behalf and one privilege resolution on Councilman O'Rourke on my behalf.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bill and resolution.
An ordinance to amend the Philadelphia zoning maps by changing the zoning designations of certain areas of land located within an area bounded by Milner Street, Cotman Avenue Extended, the Delaware River, Unruh Avenue Extended, Unruh Avenue, Wissinoming Street, and New State Road.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a privileged resolution designating April 18th, 2026 as Line Worker Appreciation Day in the city of Philadelphia and recognizing and honoring the dedication and resilience of line workers who build, maintain, and repair the infrastructure that powers our city.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. Chair recognizes Councilmember O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no bills or resolutions.
Thank you very much. Chair recognizes Councilman Mark Squilla.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have two resolutions, one privilege, one non-privilege, and I have one non-privilege resolution on behalf of Councilmember Bass and one bill on behalf of Councilmember Bass.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bills and resolutions.
An ordinance to amend the Philadelphia zoning maps by changing the zoning designations of certain areas of land located within an area bounded by Lippincott Street, 20th Street, Toronto Street, and 22nd Street.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a non-privileged resolution authorizing the Commissioner of Public Property to execute and deliver to the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority deeds conveying fee simple title to 45 and 75 East Ashmead Street in the 8th Councilmanic District of the City of Philadelphia, and further authorizing the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority to transfer the Philadelphia Land Bank fee simple title to such properties pursuant to Section 16-405 of the Philadelphia Code.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at the next session of council.
And a non-privileged resolution also naming South Street between 8th and 9th Streets as Octavius Cato Way to honor the life and legacy of the civil rights warrior.
Okay, Mark. This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at the next session of council.
And a privileged resolution honoring and recognizing Lodge Number 2 of the Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania, free and accepted ancient York Masons, for its historical significance in the founding of the nation, its 268 years of dedication to leadership and mentorship, and its continued contributions to charitable organizations in the city of Philadelphia.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. Chair recognizes Councilmember Dr. Nina Ahmed.
Thank you, Council President. I offer one bill and three privilege resolutions.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bill and resolutions.
An ordinance amending Title 21 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Miscellaneous to add a chapter entitled U-Visa and T-Visa certifications, providing for a process for certifying agencies, including timely responses to requests, confidentiality of requests, guidelines for the grant or denial of a request, and other procedures, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a privileged resolution recognizing the week of April 6th through April 12th, 2026 as National Public Health Week.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar.
And a privileged resolution recognizing April 2026 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month and celebrating the extraordinary efforts of WAR, Philadelphia Center Against Sexual Violence.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar.
And a privileged resolution recognizing April 2026 as National Earth Month and celebrating the Lankenau Environmental Science Magnet School's commitment to fostering the next generation of environmental stewards.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. The next order of business is reports from committees. The chair recognizes Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson for a report from the Committee on Law and Government.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Committee on Law and Government reports out one bill with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you very much. Will the Chief Clerk please read the report?
The Committee on Law and Government, to which was referred the following bill. Bill number 260263, An ordinance to repeal in its entirety Bill Number 241056, approved March 10, 2026, entitled An Ordinance Providing for the Submission to the Qualified Electors of the City of Philadelphia of the proposal set forth in a resolution approved by council proposing an amendment to the Philadelphia Home Rule Charter to eliminate the requirement that city officers and employees resign from their city office or employment before becoming candidates for public office, and authorizing the appropriate officers to publish notice and to make arrangements for the special election, and to rescind the direction provided to various city officers set forth therein. Respectfully reports it has considered the same and returns the attached bill to council with a favorable recommendation. There are no further bills to report out from the Committee on Law and Government, Council President.
Thank you very much. The chair recognizes Councilmember Catherine Gilmore Richardson for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the rules of council be suspended as to permit first reading this day of the bill just read into the record by the chief clerk.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the rules of council be suspended so as to permit the consideration of the bill just read by the chief clerk at today's session of council. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries. The bill will be placed on our first reading calendar for today. The chair recognizes Councilmember Jamie Gautier for a report from the Committee on Housing, Neighborhood Development, and the Homeless.
Thank you, Council President. The Committee on Housing, Neighborhood Development, and the Homeless reports out two bills with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the report.
The Committee on Housing, Neighborhood Development, and the Homeless, to which were referred the following bills. Bill Number 250329-A, an ordinance amending Chapter 9-3900 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Property Licenses and Owner Accountability to clarify licensing requirements, authorize the department to create a proactive inspection program, require public reporting related to code compliance, and establish remedies, damages, and protections for tenants, all under certain terms and conditions. And Bill Number 250330-A, an ordinance amending Chapter 9-800 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Landlord and Tenant to modify the requirements related to good cause for ending a tenancy, add protections against retaliation and harassment for tenants and tenant organizations, specify tenants' rights related to the implied warranty of habitability, and provide a legal presumption related to breaches of the implied warranty of habitability, create a tenant right to organize, specify deadlines for asserting claims, and establish and enhance enforcement mechanisms, remedies, damages, and protections, all under certain terms and conditions. Respectfully reports it has considered the same and returns the attached bills to council with a favorable recommendation. There are no further bills to report out from the Committee on Housing, Neighborhood Development, and the Homeless, Council President.
The chair recognizes Councilman Jamie Gautier for a motion.
Thank you, Council President. I move that the rules of council be suspended to permit first reading this day of the bills just read into the record by the chief clerk.
Is there a second? It has been moved and properly seconded that the rules of council be suspended so as to permit the consideration of these bills just read by the chief clerk at today's session of council. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries. These bills will be placed on our first reading calendar for today. The next order of business is the consideration of the calendar. I note that the bills just reported from committees with the suspension of the rules have been deemed to have had a first reading. These bills will be placed on the second reading and final passage calendar for the next session of council. As there are no additional bills on the first reading calendar, the chair recognizes Councilmember Catherine Gilmore Richardson for a motion concerning the bills and resolutions on the second reading and final passage calendar.
Thank you, Mr. President. The following bills and resolutions are being called up from the second reading and final passage calendars today. Number 260269. The following bills and resolutions on the calendar are being held. 260244, 250768, and 250807.
Thank you. Before considering these bills and resolutions, we will consider public comment as follows. Your public comment must concern matters on the second reading and final passage calendar. For possible action at today's council session, all speakers must sign up in order to testify. If you have not done so already, please do so now by seeing Ms. Hassan outside the rails to my left. Once you have signed up, You will be called in the order in which your name appears on the sign-up sheets. Under ideal circumstances, each commenter will have 3 minutes to speak. However, this time limit may vary from session to session. Today, the time limit will be 2 minutes. In order to be fair to all those wishing to speak, I intend to hold faithfully to the 2-minute limit. When you begin speaking, you will see a green light on the podium. When there are 30 seconds remaining to your time, the light will turn yellow, which is your reminder to conclude your remarks. Once 2 minutes have passed, the light will turn red, and the sergeant at arms will disconnect the microphone. At that point, please yield the podium to the next speaker if you have not done so already. I also reserve the right, pursuant to the rules of council, to limit repetitious comments on the same subject matter. Council will be at ease. Just want to make one edit to the extremely repetitious comment. Time limit will actually be 1 minute. Chief Clerk, please call the first person.
Will Lou Bloom, Renee Platts, Sherelle Slaffley, Happy Grillion, and Michael Brown please make your way to the podium?
Good morning, Philadelphia City Council, and good morning, President of City Council, Kenyatta Johnson. My name is Lou Blum. I'm here today with gratitude and with energy because of what you do matters. Serving the people of Philadelphia is not easy. It takes long hours, tough decisions, and real commitment. And too often, the hard work goes unnoticed. But today, I want to make sure it doesn't. You chose to step into public service for a reason. You chose to stand up for your communities, to be a voice for the people, and to help move this city forward. That takes courage, that takes heart, and that deserves recognition.
Mr. Bloom, just speak on what bill that you're referring to for public comment, please.
I just don't have that bill in front of me right now, Councilman President. May I finish, please?
Council will be at ease.
I just got about maybe 60 seconds.
We prefer, what bill is it?
The Clean Act bill.
Stop trashing our air bill. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Councilman President. Philadelphia is a city full of strength, resilience, and pride, and your leadership plays a big role in shaping its future. Every decision you make, every effort you put in has the power to impact lives across the city. May I finish? Sure, I'm here to say we see you, we appreciate you, and we need you to keep going. Keep showing up, keep fighting for the people, keep remembering why you started, because when you lead with purpose and passion, this entire city moves forward. And at the end of the day, the work you do isn't just about policy, it's about people, it's about lives changed, future shaped, and a city that becomes stronger because you chose to serve. So stand proud, stay focused, and never forget, Philly rises when you rise to serve it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. I'm here for the recognition of the 20th anniversary of CASA Philadelphia County. Good afternoon, council members, and thank you for this incredible honor. On behalf of everyone at Court-Appointed Special Advocates for Children, or CASA of Philadelphia County, I'm deeply grateful to be recognized as we celebrate our 20th anniversary. This moment is not just about our organization, it is about the children we serve and the community that has stood beside them. For 2 decades, CASA has worked to ensure that children involved in the child welfare system, children who have experienced abuse and neglect, are not alone. We believe every child deserves a consistent, caring adult who will advocate for their safety, their education, their well-being, and their future. Over the past 20 years, we have trained more than 1,000 community volunteers to step into that role. Those volunteers show up in courtrooms, in schools, and in everyday moments that matter to make sure each child's voice is heard. Together, we have advocated for over 1,800 children across Philadelphia. Behind each of these numbers is a young person who hopes challenges enormous potential.
Ma'am, your time is up. Thank you. Sorry. So you have a minute. State your name for the record.
Oh, just a minute?
Yeah, break it down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Michael Brown here for the Ye Olde Philadelphia Club. Good afternoon, President Johnson, members of City Council, and all present council chambers. I'm Michael Brown, and it's my honor and privilege to serve as the president of Ye Olde Philadelphia Club. I'm here along with other members of the club to support the resolution that honors Ye Olde Philadelphia Club on the 100th anniversary of its founding, and to thank the Majority Leader, Council Member Catherine Gilmore Richardson for sponsoring this resolution. 100 years ago, a dream was born, and today we stand on the shoulders of those who built this foundation, founded in April of 1926 by John M. Brown, the first black superintendent of a Philadelphia branch of the U.S. Post Office. Ye Olde Philadelphia Club began as a visionary effort to unite African-American men in the spirit of permanent fellowship and mutual support. For 100 years, Ye Olde Philadelphia Club has served as a sanctuary for African-American men across all walks of life who shared a common goal, uplifting our community and fostering a spirit of camaraderie. As we mark this extraordinary milestone, we celebrate the enduring legacy of our founders and the generations of members who have sustained our traditions. Celebrating our 100th year is a remarkable accomplishment, but it is not a finish line. It's our first steps along the bicentennial path, our bridge to the second century. On April 18th, Ye Olde Philadelphia Club will honor a century of history and traditions, and we will celebrate our growth and achievements as we look forward to an even brighter future. They say it takes a village to reach a century, and the city of Philadelphia is a vital part of ours. Reaching this historic milestone is a testament to the community that has supported us for a century, and we look forward to our next 100 years. With sincere appreciation from the gentlemen of Ye Olde Philadelphia Club, we thank the Majority Leader, Council Member Catherine Gilmore Richardson, and the Philadelphia City Council for this honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Will Monique Moore Pryor, Ella Gantz, David Kronman, Patricia Zurin Kronman, and Lauren Minsky, Erica Berman, please make your way to the podium.
Good morning. And
Good morning.
Good morning, President Johnson and City Council. Thank you for this opportunity to speak today. My name is Monique Moore Pryor, President of the Free Library of Philadelphia's Foundation, and this is Kelly Richards, President of the best free library of Philadelphia in the country, the best library in the country. Universe, yes. We are honored to be here today to support the resolution recognizing the 2026 One Book, One Philadelphia selection. At this moment of division in our country, when so much pulls us apart, One Book, One Philadelphia helps bring us back together in a moment at which our work has never been more important. Last year, One Book, One Philadelphia achieved significant wide reach, drawing an estimated 10,000 attendees and 100 free events. We honor Tariq Trotter, Black Thought, one of our favorite sons. Thank you, and we look forward to this year's Our Missing Hearts with Celeste Ng.
Thank you. Thank you. Gantz, you have 1 minute. State your name for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Ella Gans, and I'm a resident of Swarthmore, Pennsylvania, here to speak about the Stop Trashing Our Air Act. You have heard a lot of the general reasons as why you should support this act over the last few weeks. Any extension of the contract with the ReWorld incinerator is appalling. As a reminder, 1/3 of the waste at the incinerator comes from Philly. Every time you throw your trash out for the week, there is a chance that the very chip bags and water bottles you throw away will end up in the lungs of the very people in this room. The extension of the contract with ReWorld is a direct attack on the lives of the people of both Chester and Philadelphia. As a student of Swarthmore College, I'm about 6 miles from the ReWorld incinerator. This very building is about 15 miles. I know that seems like a long distance, but it is not. I've walked 15 miles before, and many of you have run that. Air does not need to break to catch its breath. There's no traffic rules it needs to follow. This affects Philadelphia just as much as Chester. You cannot keep on waiting, and you need to be acting on this bill. People are dying, and if you don't vote yes to stop trashing our air act, you will be complicit. Thank you.
David, about 1 minute, state your name for the record.
Increasing Philadelphia's local recycling and composting is cheaper, more sustainable, and competitive than relying on expensive oligopoly landfill and incinerator disposal. Diverting 20% of residential food waste through local composting, costing roughly $60 a ton, could save the city $1 million yearly. Recycling is often under 15 per ton compared to landfilling, which averages 65 per ton. Local recycling and composting stimulate local employment, with existing recycling centers together employing over 100 people in South Philly. The Covanta ReWorld incinerator in Chester occupies about 22 acres with about 120 people working there. A 22-acre facility can employ between 80 to over 2,000 people, depending on how the land is used. Please save money for Philly, reduce pollution, and create more jobs by passing the Stop Trashing Our Air Act.
Thank you.
All right.
Ms. Pat, you have 1 minute. State your name for the record, please.
Say what?
1 minute. State your name for the record.
My name is Patricia Ziron Kronheim. I sat here today listening to all the great acts people have done in Philadelphia, but it all needs a solid foundation, which Philadelphia does not have because it is dumping its waste onto people in Chester who are dying from that trash being turned into poisonous fumes that are causing children to die from asthma and their parents to die from cancers, all of as a result of the poisons leaking from ReWorld. You are complicit in those murders if you vote against this bill.
Yeah, 1 minute. State your name.
My name is Lauren Minsky. I teach environmental health studies at Haverford College, and I'm here to speak in support of the Stop Trashing Our Air Act. I want to quickly recount what goes into the air from that incinerator and what we are breathing here in this courtroom every day, because there's no bubble that contains these emissions. This comes from the Department of Environmental Protection website. 1.9 billion pounds of carbon dioxide per year, between 500,000 and 1 million pounds of nitrous oxide, carbon monoxide, and sulfur oxides. All forms of particulate matter, PM2.5, PM10, and condensable particulate matter comes to 1.4 million pounds per year. Significant amounts of mercury, nickel and lead, and volatile organic chemicals. But this doesn't account for everything. They also emit out of their emergency vents all kinds of incomplete products of combustion, including dioxins and furans, which are carcinogens. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Erica Berman. I'm a resident of Delaware County. I work with Circle. I'm here to speak in support of the Stop Trashing Our Air Act. Today we're here to talk about choices. Choices. Choices that this elected body gets to make as their duty to serve Philadelphia constituents. A choice each of you get to make in voting for Stop Trashing Our Air Act today. Choices are a liberty. When it comes to pollution, Chester residents do not have this liberty. They do not have a choice whether or not to breathe toxic air. Most residents do not have a choice to move and relocate, as industries like ReWorld Covanta have been quietly pushing for over 30 years. Without these choices, residents are captive to the polluted air that cuts their lives short.
1 second, ma'am. Please proceed, ma'am.
All right, thank you. They do not have a choice on burying loved ones due to cancer or illness, but today each of you has a choice to stop allowing Philly to feed the largest trash incinerator in the United States and be complicit in the pollution and environmental racism that is choking out our people and yours. Today is the time to end this toxic relationship with ReWorld. You have a choice to do the right thing. Pass this bill today. Thank you.
Will Shara Hirsch, Lois Williams, Tawanda Times, Lynn Landis, Joshua Kisfers, Jeremy Blatstein, William Small, and Purdy Force please make your way to the podium?
Good morning, I'm Lynn Landis of Philly's Republican Network, and I'm opposed to Bill 250807 because I'm opposed to neighborhood improvement districts as a whole, as they are in violation of the spirit and intent of the First Amendment and the Pennsylvania Sunshine Act. These districts are not required to hold public meetings or accept public comments, even though they act like government entities. However, they are not alone. City Council and all city departments, with the exception of the school board, are also in violation of the First Amendment and Sunshine Act as they systematically restrict public comments to agenda items only. Today, there were only 4 items on the agenda. Is City Council seriously telling the public we must limit our comments to only the 4 items that City Council has chosen to put on the agenda? That defies common sense and fairness. It's time for City Council to correct this error. In a representative democracy, a government is required to hold public meetings so that the citizens can petition the government for redress of their grievances. Thank you.
Jeremy Blatstein, hello, council. Don't worry, no coffin today, councilman. We're talking about turn the key. We got 7 turn the key homes that are getting approved or getting assessed because of the increase of costs. The costs are going up, the subsidies going up a little bit, but it's still a great program that you all have signed up for. There's still 30 homes that are sitting on Councilwoman Lozada's desk that she's refusing to pass, introduce it. And the last thing I'm talking about is SEPTA. I'm going to challenge you guys all to ride SEPTA again once a week to see the system that you are inviting our visitors to ride starting in June, right? We are going to be the center of the country, and SEPTA is not really doing everything it could. So I really just think that once a week, ride it, take your pictures, get your videos, get your clicks. I know you guys all want to be social media stars, and ride the ride, grow Philly 2 milli. Thank you.
Good morning, William Small from West Philadelphia, candidate for U.S. Congress, Philadelphia 3rd Congressional District. I appreciate being invited to the council's award show. It's fun every week. This bill, we're talking about allocating significant resources toward land acquisition and park expansion. I don't know how many times I have to come up here and tell you guys, when you're moving this property around, us in the city, we getting tired of you just giving it to anybody who got the paper. Put something together to where the residents of Philadelphia can actually thrive off of this, actually benefit from it. Make the programs easily. This program's available, but nobody know how to get a part of them. Make it easy. Really care about the people, honestly. We need generational wealth. We need better education in our school systems. You know, 1 out of 4 of our kids in Philadelphia School District is reading at grade level. 1 out of 5 is doing math at grade level. We're the 5th dumbest city in the United States of America, but we're awarding everybody every week. But these are the people who are going to take your positions years from now. So let's get them right. Thank you.
Salutations already been given. Good morning, everyone. My name is Purdy Force. I'm a lifelong resident of the city of Philadelphia. I'm here this morning to speak in regards to Sharon Vaughn in the 300 East Block of Rockland be named on her behalf. I've heard some words used here today like advocate, activist, excellent, dedicated, and I could go on and on and on, but they only gave me a minute. So I'm a lifelong friend of Sharon, and when I say, I get to say this morning, right? I've been knowing her for more than 50 years. I'm better known as Baby Daddy, but more importantly, right, I grew up in North Philadelphia, down there off of 19th and what they call Cecil B. Moore now, and I didn't know when we were children growing up, Sharon, when we would walk past Cecil B. Moore, and I lived up the street from, you would visit us with the Reverend Leon Sullivan, right? The great line of Zion. I just want to add, right, that she's worthy, she's dedicated, and more importantly, right, as like Leon Sullivan would say, she climbs and lifts in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your remarks, and congratulations, Councilwoman. We appreciate you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is John Alante McCauley. I'm with a grassroots organization called Flip Philly Red. We're here to offer you something different because you've been voting Democrat for the mayor's office for the past 70 years. In regard to Bill number 250330, was part of the Safe Healthy Homes Act. Nowhere in the United States Constitution or the Pennsylvania State Constitution does it say government has a right to interfere in private contracts between tenants and landlords. Clearly, the Democrat Party does not care about small businesses. Mom and pop owners don't get into real estate to be trash landlords. Mom and pop owners pay the taxes that fund this city. Mom and pop owners provide the housing for the working families in the city. But yet, mom and pop owners continually get overregulated by this Democratic city. None of this is intelligent. None of this attracts investment. But we see the game. Make it too risky, make it too expensive until government controls everything. Tax everything we make, and then we have to come to you guys for everything. My minute is up, but we don't come here for your award shows. We will have our full 2 minutes if we don't come here for your award shows. We want our full 2 minutes. Stop cutting our time short.
Thank you, sir.
John McCall, well, that was him. Larry Anastasi, Dallas J. Herbert Sr., Duran Tao, David Alexander Jenkins, Zuline Mayfield, and Michael Lewis. Please make your way to the podium.
Please state your name for the record, and you may begin with your testimony.
Duran Tal, thank you. I know a man who lived most of his life in Chester. When he was 27, his doctor looked at him at a routine physical and said, "You have asthma." Before any tests, before any symptoms, when my friend asked why, the doctor said, "Because you live in Chester." And this isn't only Chester's problem. Due to the prevailing wind patterns, Chester air flows into Philadelphia much of the year. I noticed that acrid smell the day I arrived here from Brooklyn, New York. I still smell it. Many longtime participants don't anymore. They've adapted. That adaptation is not a sign the air is safe. It is a sign of how long this has gone on. Philadelphia ranks 26th worst in the nation for particle pollution. That's out of more than 3,100 counties. The American Lung Association gives this city an F, not once, year after year. That's not a ranking or a grade to be proud of. Every person who votes to let this continue will be remembered. History does not forget. Those who have the power to protect people and choose not to.
Mr. Chair, David Alexander Jenkins, and I rise. I would have risen in support of the National Public Health Week as positioned by Member Ahmed. Sadly, the 2-minute limit has been cut to 1 for many people, and it's rare that I come up and agree with Member here, but I think that what is true is that if I were a Roberts Rules person, I would ask the Chair to extend that with a friendly amendment so that it was limited to the resolution that was actually repetitious. But since I am not in a position to ask for that, I will simply yield this time, hand the speech to Ms. Ahmed, which would have spoken to that resolution, and pray that people can say more than their name before their time is up.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, good afternoon. Zuline Mayfield, Chairperson of Chester Residents Concerned for Quality Living. Yes, we in the house again, and we will continue to be here, okay? I'm going to use my 1 minute wisely. I want to give you a couple of cancer statistics for the city of Chester. Liver and bile cancer, 91% higher than national average. Laryngeal cancer, 84% higher than the national average. Pancreatic cancer, 50% higher than the national average. Today I have standing with me Ruth Richardson. We are holding, since the last time I was here, within 1 week, we lost 3 black women under the age of 50. This young lady died at the age of 40 from cancer. She's a mother. She has 3 children. A 1-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 21-year-old son. The same week, we lost 3 of them. 3, Lita Smith, okay? So as you all sit in here and debate and play these games with our lives about a paltry $6 million that you would have to pay more to put it in a landfill, we are freaking dying. And then blood is on your hands.
Thank you for your testimony. Please state your name for the record, and you may begin with your testimony. Please state your name for the record.
Larry Anastasi. Good afternoon, City Council. I'm speaking on the Line Workers Appreciation Day resolution. I represent proud PECO Energy workers, IBW Local 614. Thank you, Council Members Driscoll and O'Rourke, for co-introducing this resolution designating April 18, 2026 as Line Worker Appreciation Day. The union represents approximately 500 linemen who maintain Philadelphia's electrical power lines, underground electric and substations, the city's electrical infrastructure. I appreciate the City Council for taking this important step to recognize the work and the dedication of the linemen. It's an incredibly dangerous job. I'm also here to let everyone know that our 1,600 PECO workers who perform a variety of jobs for the company are working without a contract. They have a rate increase scheduled for another 12.5% after a 50% increase. Our workers deserve better, and so do its residents. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name is Lakeisha Anthony. I am the Acting Executive Director of WAR Philadelphia Center Against Sexual Violence. I am an advocate for survivors, and as Shirley Ralph said, I know where my voice comes from, and I won't stop using it for this cause. Thank you to Councilmember Ahmad for introducing this resolution in regards to Sexual Assault Awareness Month, SAM, and we also are celebrating the 25th anniversary of SAM. Each day, we support survivors across Philadelphia through hotline, court accompaniment, and counseling, and we see both profound harm and remarkable resilience. According to Philadelphia police data, reported sexual assaults have increased nearly 16% since 2014, with 126 rapes reported so far in 2026. These are not just numbers, they represent peoples and their lives. This resolution affirms that our city stands with survivors, and we urge its adoption and continued investment in survivor services. Sustainable funding and strong partnerships are essential to building a safer city. To survivors that are here today, we see you, we believe you, and we're here. Thank you.
Will Victor Cabral, Radia Abdus Sabus.
Just Victor, he's going to call his students up.
Okay.
Everybody got 1 minute, okay?
Good afternoon. My name is Victor Cabral, and I'm here on behalf of Four Circles Beyond in solidarity with Chester residents concerned for quality living. I've been working in Chester with youth through Four Circles Beyond, providing youth programming for the last year, and what I've witnessed beyond their brilliance, warmth, tenacity, and spirit is asthma, grief, and the loss of a hospital. With the hospital gone, when someone can't breathe, there's nowhere to go. At the same time, 37% of what's burned at the incinerator comes from Philadelphia. This is not abstract, this is environmental genocide. We have a responsibility to ask ourselves, are we choosing power over communities or power with them? When decisions prioritize cause, convenience over human life, that's a choice. I'm asking that you support the Stop Trashing Our Air Act. And if you hear me say we, even though I'm from Reading and not from Chester, it's because none of us are free until we're all free.
My name is Let me wait for that. My name is Radi Abdul Sabur. I'm 14 years old, and this won't be a long-winded rant because we weren't taught about this growing up. I'm 14 years old. We're not educated about the incinerator at school. We're not educated on what's happening to our air. But since I'm not educated, I will ask 4 short questions. Why must the people of Chester suffer for Philly's trash? Are we not people like those of Philadelphia? Don't our youth deserve to be healthy too? Don't we deserve clean air just the same as all of you? Why, I ask, must we suffer if we all want and need the same? I pose these questions and I ask as a youth of Chester that you ponder over them and answer them in your heads. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Good morning, Mayor and Student Council. My name is Skylar Goldstein. I'm 13 years old, and I'm from Chester. Today, I will be speaking about how Philly is polluting our air. I'm worried about this because my uncle, my mom, and my brother has asthma. This is a very big problem in our city. Please keep Chester pollution free. Thank you.
Hi, dear council. My name is Kennedy Hayes, and today I will be speaking to bring up a big problem in the Chester community because I'm concerned about how Philadelphia's trash is being sent to Chester to be burned. Many people have spoken about how the incinerator's pollution has affected their health, including high rates of asthma and other breathing health issues. It's a serious public issue and deserves attention so that it could be dealt with. I understand that a big question is what to do with trash in the long run if not burning it. We all know waste has to go somewhere, although that's exactly why there needs to be a change in thinking, such as using less plastic, reducing waste, or finding cleaner and safer solutions that don't harm other communities. The Chester community should not have to suffer pollution in the air. This is why we are here today encouraging support to Stop Trashing Our Air Act. Us supporters say that it would help push farther for cleaner air, a safer environment, and create a better future for Chester and surrounding areas. I hope you will listen to all who speak today who are asking for change. When a community is harmed, all are affected. There is a need to make better choices moving forward to protect everyone's health. Thank
you. Good morning, Council. My name is Kayla. I'm 17 years old.
It's on. Go ahead.
Good morning, Council. My name is Kayla. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Chester. I care about my health, my family, and the future of my community. I'm speaking because Philadelphia sends trash to Chester to be burned, and that pollution affects us every single day. People don't always understand that we're the ones breathing it in. I've learned that places like Taiwan and Singapore have found safer and smarter ways to deal with trash, so I know that this does not have to be our reality. I'm here, but here, the air doesn't always feel clean, and the hardest part is knowing that this is preventable. Sometimes I think about what it means to grow up knowing that the air around me might not be safe, knowing that my community is being put at risk for something we didn't choose. It makes me feel like that our lives are being valued less. That's what hurts the most.
My name is Chloe Danner, and I'm a 16-year-old from Chester. I feel like Philadelphia should not send its trash to Chester because it's not fair enough to our community, our people, or our health. Chester is a much smaller city and it places a burden of pollution in a community that did not generate the waste in the first place. We have enough of our own trash, and it pollutes our air and sometimes makes it smell bad. It contributes to a climate change, and it's also harmful to animals. I feel like Philadelphia should come up with a plan to find a location to build their own incinerator for their city and adapt environmentally friendly options like recycling, composting, and other waste reduction programs. Talk to its residents and find other ways to handle this problem without sending its trash to another city. There should be policies to protect all residents regardless of where they live, and just because Chester is a small city doesn't mean we should be taken advantage of. I'm still a teenager, and I want to grow up healthy and strong, and I want the same for my family and everyone in Chester.
Thank you all for your testimony. Definitely very much appreciated, especially the young people making your voice be heard.
Will Amin Akbar, Terrence Forston, Jonathan Hoffmeer, Jessica N. McAntony, and Julian Vandertalk. Please make your way to the podium.
My name is Amin Akbar, Philadelphia born and raised. On the playground is where I spent most of my days. I'm here in support of Councilwoman Lozada's bill for Sankofa Freedom Academy Charter School. I wear many hats in this city: father, educator, nonprofit leader, but today I wear the title of coach. Want for your brother what you want for yourself is our motto this year, and it carried our young men to a city title game. I share that because this lineage started with fathers like Isaiah's father and my father, Skip, that carried that message to me, and men in the city like Coach John Chaney and Marcus Foster, who instilled those messages in my father that we could instill in these young players. These young brothers represent the best that this city has in education and in life. And again, thank you, Councilman Thomas, for your commitment to young people, and thank you, Councilwoman Lozada, for your recognition of our young brothers in this city and Sankofa Freedom Academy Charter School.
Hello, my name is Terrence Fortune. I'm a 17-year-old junior at Sankofa Freedom Academy Charter School. I just want to say thank you to Coach Zeke. Y'all might know him as Councilmember Isaiah Thomas, but to us, he is Coach Zeke, a big brother, role model. We just want to say thank you, Coach Zeke, for this experience, this role, and thank you, Councilmember Lozada, for acknowledging us and doing this for us. And I just want to say thank y'all.
Thank you. And congratulations again, fellas. Truly, truly, truly well deserved. Congratulations.
Will Evan Snyder, Tara Murtha, Jonathan Hoffmeer, Jessica N. McAntony, and Julian Vandertalk, please make your way to the podium.
Because you already spoke, right? No, I did not. Okay. State your name for the record.
Mr. Chair, my name is Dr. Nolan L. Fontaine, and after me, you'll hear the voices of the youth group Choices, which is an environmental justice group, ages 8 through 18, who is leading the environmental justice movement in Chester, PA. I'm an American Indian man who hails from the former Lamoken Village in Chester, Pennsylvania, and I'm also a member of Chester Residents Concern for Quality Living, also known as CIRCLE. I'm going to be very quick because I know it's only 60 seconds, but one of my favorite movies is Red Tails. And Terrence Howard, my fraternity brother, notably says in that movie, politics is the art of postponing something until it is no longer relevant. I want y'all to think about that. For folks like the mayor and council who are continuing to sit on their votes and twiddle their thumbs, I want to let you know that the people in Chester and Philadelphia are continuing to die at a disproportionate rate. Will you stand on the side of babies and elders who are dying? Or will you stand on the side of a Birkin bag full of real-world money? Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And now you'll hear from Choices.
Hello. Oh. Hello, my name is Adriel, and I am a 15-year-old resident of Chester. I am writing to bring your attention to the serious impact that the trash incinerator is having on our air quality in our community. This issue is important to me because I have asthma, which places me at a higher risk for health complications. Many residents in Chester are exposed to poor air conditions that increase the risk of respiratory illness and other serious health problems. While some areas are less infected, the odor and pollution become very noticeable when traveling through the city, especially near the incinerator. Living near this facility makes it difficult for residents to enjoy a healthy and comfortable quality of life. It is concerning that our city is being used as a location for waste disposal that negatively impacts the health of its residents. I respectfully urge the city to consider policies that limit or prevent outside waste from being processed in Chester. No community should have to bear a disproportionate burden of environmental harm. Stronger regulations could help ensure that all residents have access to clean air. Thank you for your time and consideration. I hope you will take action to address this issue and protect the health of our community.
Hello, my name is Tariana Adger. I'm 15 years old and I'm a leader of Choices. As someone who has lived in this area where the center is, majority of my life, I've met people who have severe asthma, respiratory issues, and even gotten cancer from the incinerator, playing a huge factor in their role in the health. All of our lives are at risk, and it's not fair that we have other cities giving us trash to the incinerators. I've seen and known people who have died due to the health decline. This is not something we could just skip over like a little fantasy. You are all causing this. Y'all, do you want to see better for your community? How would you feel if your families were at this risk too? Thank you.
Hi, let me fix the mic. Hi, my name is Cedric. I'm 14. I'm homeschooled through Chester Upland Digital Academy. I'm in an activist group named Choices. We are an environmental justice group, youth group, ages 8 to 18. The air pollution has affected me and my family by our asthma flaring up and many of my family members passing from cancer at young ages. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Richbell, and I'm a parent of Choices. Behind me is my nephew and my daughter, Tariana. Earlier, y'all had the Perry family in here with the construction business, and y'all gave them awards. My family can't do that. We can't build generational wealth because they keep dying from the incinerator. I moved to Chester in 1992 with my mother and her 6 kids. We resided at 600, 608, and 611 West 2nd Street, just less than a mile away from the incinerator. In the early 2000s, I lost my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandfather worked at Sun Shipyard. My grandmother worked at Crozier, which is now shuttered. 2 years ago, I buried my youngest brother, 34. I buried my mother, 2019, pancreatic cancer, my youngest brother, ALL, my grandmother, melanoma. My grandfather, he had a different type of cancer, but he still had cancer, and some of them environmental factors still contributed. I lost my 17-year-old cousin to ALL as well. Like this, it's too much. It's too much, y'all. Please stop sending y'all trash.
Good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Hoffmeyer. I rise today to support the resolution recognizing National Earth Month and celebrating Lincoln Environmental Magnet High School's unique land learning campus that's instrumental in creating the next generation of environmental leaders. Students study ecology, agroecology, and GIS. They work with partners like the United States Environmental Protection Agency, the USDA. They engage directly with water system sustainability practice that prepare them for real careers and real impact. This resolution correctly states that Lankenau is building the next generation of environmental stewards. I invite members to the council out to our campus in the Grounded in Greatness celebration April 22nd, where you can witness Lankenau provide one-of-a-kind education because of its location. Earth Month is more than symbolism, it's about action. It's about investing in the future and our planet and young people who inherit it in a city like Philadelphia, where environmental justice is deeply tied to equity. Protecting and investing in schools like Lankenau allows a template for success for the city of Philadelphia. Let this resolution not just be words on papers. Let it be a commitment to protecting Lankenau and investing in it, ensure the Earth Month in this city stands for real, lasting action. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much. You're looking sharp, as usual, like you do in the school. And thank you for the work that you do for the young people. We appreciate you and the entire family over at Lankenau. Thank you.
Will Ella Peterson, Lisa Bonatabas, Mary Murray, Hannah Utane Evans, Bigga Dre, Ruth Richardson, Leo Godson, William Felder, Cedric Mood, please make your way to the podium.
Hi, my name is Jess McAtamany, and I'm the principal of Lankenau High School, and I'm here to comment on the National Earth Month designation resolution. Lankenau is extremely humbled to receive Dr. Nina, as the students call her, resolution recognizing the school's commitment to fostering environmental stewards. Youth are the critical component of the city. Like it or not, they're our future. They are currently the audience that are receiving messaging from adults as to what we care about, how we care about it, and what we do with it. Youth are able to be culturally empathetic, humble, and culturally aware as Philly's key factors to environmental stewardship, recognition of the natural and built system, and essential to our community's physical health. Council is doing the work by supporting Lankenau as you are directly impacting the ecological functioning of the city. When we care, the kids care. Lankenau students will be providing you, the council, the voice for your very own food and nutrition security task force. Lankenau learners will be looking at the plan, investigating neighborhood reality, discussing being seen, and taking a critical stab at the school food gap. This is work that is quietly being done independently with force and rigor. I'm moving along here. Lankenau would like to thank you for your support and will continue to stand strong. Closing Lank will deprive students, other youth, and various partnerships that promote opportunity to develop our youth ecologically. Come anytime to join us, 201 Spring Lane, Philly's largest tract of developable land. We'll even put you in a uniform.
Tara Murtha. Good morning, Council. My name is Tara Murtha. I'm here representing Women's Law Project in support of the Public Health Week resolution. I stand here as a proud Philadelphian, echoing the call of my colleagues and concerned Philadelphians, calling on the city to allocate funding for Planned Parenthood to help protect us from the escalating public health crisis purposely manufactured by our federal government. While media often refers to the federal government's decision to block federal Medicaid coverage as defunding Planned Parenthood, the real targets are the 20,000 Philadelphians that rely on the Locust Street Planned Parenthood for annual checkups, contraception, and cancer screenings. As a direct result of the federal cuts so far across the country, breast exams are down 25%, STI testing down 11%, and contraception visits have declined at least 36%. Meanwhile, breast cancer is the most common cancer among women in Philadelphia. We already have a catastrophic STI crisis and already have a high rate of unintended pregnancy that is driving up maternal mortality and morbidity. So I respectfully ask the city to help protect us by funding critical reproductive health care. This federal regime will not last forever, but if the city refuses to act at this critical moment, the harm caused by that decision will last far, far longer. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Ella Peterson. I am a Philadelphia resident, a member of the Abortion Rights Coalition, and a proud supporter of the Planned Parenthood. I am here for the recognition of Public Health Week and to state the urgency of funding essential health care like abortion providers here in Philadelphia. Low barrier access to sexual and reproductive care is an essential building block to living a healthy and dignified life. Despite ongoing attacks, providers like Planned Parenthood play a critical role in ensuring that Philadelphians of all genders, races, and socioeconomic statuses are able to access the care that they need. Amidst a backdrop of STIs increasing across our city and a national conversation surrounding Black maternal mortality rates rising at alarming rates, the services of Planned Parenthood and other providers are more essential than ever. A generation or so ago, access to contraception opened the doors of opportunities for women. I am grateful for the generations of advocates before me who have fought to ensure that we have freedom to make choices about our own bodies and lives. Now it is our responsibility to stand up for these freedoms and keep the doors of clinics open. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Hannah Utane Evans. I was born and raised in Philadelphia, but today I'm not speaking as a teacher, a mother, or a patient, but someone who grew up as a little girl in a society that told us to be deeply afraid of our own sexuality and our own bodies, our own capacity to love, and our own capacity to have and raise our own families. The consequences of an unwanted pregnancy can range between deep shame to financial instability to death, and the consequences for wanted pregnancies honestly aren't really that much different in a country where the maternal health rates are the lowest of any industrialized country in the world. I'm urging City Council during this resolution to recognize national public health, to reinstate the funding that was originally in the city budget for reproductive health care in this city, that is now gone from the 2026 budget, to reinstate this funding, because to fail to do so is really to give in to the fear that is already ruining our lives and running this country. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Bigger Dre, advocating for the city of Chester on behalf of Chester residents concerned for quality living. My opening statement is Chester is not a sacrifice zone. Philadelphia had 5 incinerators, and the district attorney actually sued the city to get these incinerators out of the city of Philadelphia. So I keep saying the same thing. How many more studies do we have to take? It's time to take action. The bill in itself says stop trashing our air act. On April the 7th, there was a die-in here right on the grounds of City Council. Well, people are dying every day in the city of Chester. We don't need to study anymore. It's time to take action. It's time to be active. And the last message I want to say, for those of you who are in the position to do something and you stand still, your hands are accountable. So support the Stop Trashing Our Air Act. Let's not do no more delay, because people are dying every day.
My name is William Felder, and I'm here to represent the Producers Guild, Leo Gadsden, and the Producers Guild, and to thank this distinguished body, President Kenyatta Johnson, and the councilmanic body of Philadelphia, especially Councilwoman Landau, for the continuing effort to promote appreciation for jazz. I'm here to thank you because we stand on some strong shoulders and try to promote this music, a music that has been denied but has been worldwide, and it has been accepted, from the drum beat to sitting at your seat. So if you patting your feet or tapping your head and you nodding and it's bringing you to life, the energy that you get from that music is jazz. Thank you.
Will Dr. Nolan Fontaine, Seraphia Cecil, Tavana, Adger Paul, Abona Higgins, Craig Coleman, Adriel Johnson, Charles Freeman, Christine Ganella, and Tracy Burrell. Please make your way to the podium.
Good afternoon. My name is Cornell Crawley. On behalf of the Burrell family, Bill 260.
Excuse me, sir. May you speak into the mic, please?
Okay,
Thank you very much.
All right. The resolution also naming the intersection of 40th and Chestnut Street as Darcina Burrell Way in honor of the life and legacy of Darcina V. Burrell and her lasting contributions to the community. This is great.
I just want to thank the council. Darcina was my grandmother, and she held down the business for over 40 years. It is a staple in the community, and we are so honored to have her name as the intersection. It'll be a legacy for years to come. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Council. I know it's been a long day. The business that we're speaking of has been established in 1930.
Excuse me, please state your name for the record.
Tracy Burrell. The business has been established since 1932, so that's 94 years, 6 years short of 100. So we are privileged and honored that we have been granted this privilege of the renaming of 40th and Chestnut. Thank you.
Good morning, Abona Higgins, unseated council president and the president of the Philadelphia Reparations Coalition. What you've been hearing in regards to the not trashing my air bill, it's a badge of slavery. See, during slavery, the slaves lived in the worst part of the plantation. You know, like where the pigsties was, where all the garbage and everything was thrown at. It's a fact, right? So now, what's happening today in Chester? It's the exact same thing. The American freedmen are being treated just like the slaves of old, and it's actually a constitutional violation. So what I'm saying is that if this body understands that and they really want to stop the trashing the air, we need agency to be able to deal with that. The Office of Freedmen Affairs needs to be at the floor, and I'm going to be meeting with the Chester mayor to establish one there, because with the 13th Amendment, you can get rid of that. You don't have to just be stopping. You can get rid of it. But if you don't know the 13th Amendment, you don't want to learn the 13th Amendment, you can't be effective with representing your people. Philadelphia Reparations Coalition is the only organization that represents the 700,000 descendants of slavery in Philadelphia. I don't understand why you're ignoring the 700,000 descendants of slavery. Thank you, sir. Abona Higgins. Over and out.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you, Councilmember Ahmad, for introducing today's important resolution. My name is Christine Ganella. I'm representing Public Health Management Corporation, and I'm the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Public Health Association. I'm joined at the podium with Monica Harmon, President-elect of the Pennsylvania Public Health Association, and a public health nurse. We strongly support this resolution, recognizing April 6th to the 12th, 2026 as National Public Health Week in the city of Philadelphia, and commend Councilmember Ahmad and the entire City Council of Philadelphia for affirming the importance of public health for our 1.6 million residents. This resolution reflects the real and measurable progress that public health efforts have achieved in our city and region alike, from reductions in childhood mortality and smoking rates to advancements in HIV prevention and expanded access to mental health care. Public health touches all of us. Public health is everywhere. These successes demonstrate that when cities invest in developing evidence-based policies, fostering community partnerships, and tailoring prevention strategies, communities are strengthened and lives are not only improved, but saved. We fully support this resolution and applaud the City Council for recognizing the vital role of public health in shaping a healthier, more equitable, and unified future for Philadelphia. Thank you.
Thank you, City Council, for giving us a chance to speak. And I'm
talking on the clean air. You can take a ship, put it out in the middle of the ocean, and put one of those trash to steam operating gizmos out there, and you'll tear up the air over the ocean. I don't know why we're making policies that are death policies. And if we had the Office of Freedmen Affairs, a lot of us would have a voice to say in things like this. There's over 60 to 75 trash to steam operating only on the East Coast. And they're all in urban areas. So there's a paper trail that we're going to start investigating. And for the record, get the Freedmen office up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next. You have 1 minute. State your name for the record, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Seraphia Cecil, and I'm here to urge Philadelphia City Council to support the Stop Trashing Our Air Act. I'm speaking as a student at Swarthmore College and a member of Circle. I'm also a doula representing a network of birth workers working to address the maternal and infant mortality crisis in the region, which are disproportionately affecting Black women and children and directly exacerbated by the polluting industries that target Chester. I echo what has already been said by my colleagues and fellow students. As long as you allow this incineration to continue, Philadelphia City Council is responsible for each life that is taken prematurely. You must act with urgency. As a college student, I want to emphasize to you that as students and youth, as you have seen, we are watching your decision on this matter and looking to Philadelphia City Council to set a precedent. Your decision on this act will not go unnoticed, and your support will be remembered. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Craig Coleman, and I'm a lifelong Philadelphian. I want to start off with saying OCO, City Council, and attendees. These ancestral lands are referred to as Lenapehoking, and to our Chester neighbors, Okehaken. The air, Kima, gives life to all. Let us breathe. I breathe the city's rhythm in every street, its heartbeat, its sidewalks beneath my feet. Let us breathe. But smoke and fumes cloud the song of today, turning poems of life into whispers that fray. Let us breathe. Children laugh, yet cough in morning air. Trees stretch high, gasping for care. Let us breathe. We hold the choice in our hands, it's true. To keep the sky clear, the spirit, Kima, new. Let us breathe. The Stop Trashing the Air Act is more than policy, it's a promise that our children can breathe freely, our elders can continue to share their wisdom, and that life itself can continue its poetry here in Philadelphia. City Council, I ask you to protect the air and honor the Let Us Breathe Act, and this is Poetry Month, so thank you, appreciate everybody.
Council President, this concludes our listing for public comment today.
Thank you very much. We will now consider the bills and resolutions on the second reading of final passage calendar. Will the clerk please read resolution number 260244?
A resolution also naming the intersection of 40th and Chestnut as Darcinia Burrell Way to honor the life and legacy of Darcinia V. Burrell and her lasting contributions to the community.
Congratulations. The chair recognizes Councilwoman Jamie Gauthier for a motion regarding resolution number 260244.
Thank you, Council President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260244 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title of resolution number 260269?
A resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 1212 South 17th Street, 1511 South 20th Street, 1904 South 23rd Street, 1216 South 31st Street, 1911 Garrett Street, 1932 and 2044 Titan Street, located in the 2nd Councilmatic District, in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Catherine Gilmore Richardson for a motion regarding resolution number 260269.
Thank you, Mr. President. On your behalf, I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution number 260269 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Will the clerk please read any additional resolutions on today's calendar?
A privileged resolution recognizing and congratulating the members of Ye Olde Philadelphia Club of Philadelphia on the occasion of their 100th anniversary, introduced by Councilmember Gilmore Richardson.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Catherine Gilmore Richardson for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of their president, President Brown, Mr. Finney, and all members of Ye Olde Philadelphia, I move the adoption of the resolution.
Second. It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution celebrating the selection of Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ying for the 2026 One Book, One Philadelphia program, introduced by Councilmember Gilmore Richardson.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Catherine Gilmore Richardson for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Will the Chief Clerk please read the title of the next resolution?
A privileged resolution recognizing and honoring Malala Yousafzai for being the recipient of the 2026 WHYY Lifelong Learning Award for her contributions to the fundamental right to education for all individuals, introduced by Councilmember Thomas.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Catherine Gilmore Richardson for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of Councilmember Thomas, I move the adoption of the resolution.
Second. It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Will the Chief Clerk please read the title of the next resolution?
A privileged resolution recognizing and honoring CASA for Children of Philadelphia County on its 20th anniversary for its outstanding service, advocacy, and commitment to ensuring the safety, stability, and well-being of children in Philadelphia's foster care system, introduced by Councilmember Landau.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Rue Landau for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
Second. It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution honoring and congratulating Philadelphia's iconic chefs and restaurants named as nominees for the 2026 James Beard Awards, introduced by Councilmember Landau.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Rue Landau for a motion on the resolution.
I move for the adoption of the resolution.
Second. It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution declaring April 2026 as Jazz Appreciation Month in the City of Philadelphia and celebrating the city's extraordinary jazz legacy, introduced by Councilmember Landau.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Rue Landau for a motion on the resolution.
I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution honoring and recognizing Sankofa Freedom Academy Charter School on winning the 2026 PIAA Class 1A Boys Basketball State Championship, introduced by Councilmember Losada.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Ketchy Lozada for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Council President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution honoring Councilmember Isaiah Thomas's dedication towards elevating the lives of young people throughout Philadelphia, introduced by Councilmember Losada.
Chair recognizes Councilman Ketchy Lozada for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Council President. I enthusiastically, move for the resolution.
Adoption.
I'm so enthusiastic.
Second. It has been moved and enthusiastically seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. I love that camaraderie in council. That's what I'm talking about. Jeffrey Young bringing up Pastor Nicholas O'Rourke to do prayer. You honoring Councilmember Thomas. That's what it's all about. So I like that. Chief Clerk, please read the top of the next resolution, please.
A privileged resolution recognizing the 100th anniversary of Glazers Local Number 252 on the International Union of Painters and Allied Trades, chartered on April 12, 1926 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, introduced by Councilmember Harity.
The chair recognizes the Chair of Labor, Councilman Jim Harity, for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Council President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution designating April 18, 2026 as Line Worker Appreciation Day in the City of Philadelphia and recognizing and honoring the dedication and resilience of line workers who build, maintain, and repair the infrastructure that powers our city, introduced by Councilmember Driscoll.
Chair recognizes Councilman Mike Driscoll for a motion on the resolution.
I move for its adoption.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution honoring and recognizing Lodge Number 2 of the Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania, free and accepted ancient York Masons, for its historical significance in the founding of the nation, its 268 years of dedication to leadership and mentorship, and its continued contributions to charitable organizations in the City of Philadelphia, introduced by Councilmember Squilla.
Chair recognizes Councilman Mark Squilla for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution recognizing the week of April 6th through April 12th, 2026 as National Public Health Week, introduced by Councilmember Ahmed.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Dr. Nina Ahmed for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Council President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution recognizing April 2026 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month and celebrating the extraordinary efforts of WAR, Philadelphia Center Against Sexual Violence, introduced by Councilmember Ahmed.
Chair recognizes Councilman Dr. Nina Ahmed for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Council President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution recognizing April 2026 as National Earth Month and celebrating Lankenau Environmental Science Magnet School's commitment to fostering the next generation of environmental stewards, introduced by Councilmember Ahmed.
Chair recognizes Councilman Dr. Nina Ahmed for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Council President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
Council President, there are no further resolutions in my possession.
That completes our calendar for today. Are there any brief speeches on behalf of the minority? Are there any speeches on behalf of the majority? Chair recognizes Councilmember Ketty Lozada.
That's the first. I'm going to keep it very short. Just want to say again that today we are honoring our dear friend, Councilmember Sharon Vaughn. As everyone knows, Councilmember Vaughn has always led with deep roots in the community, has been a public leader for many, many years. Her community all came together to ask for this recognition. I appreciate the support that this legislative body also provided in recognizing her as well. Today, I also introduced legislation to rename the 400 block of West Lehigh Avenue Wilfredo Gonzalez Way, honoring Gonzalez's lifelong service to the Latino community and cultural life of Philadelphia. Gonzalez was born in Puerto Rico and raised in Philadelphia. Mr. Gonzalez was beloved by the beloved owner of Centro Musical, a cornerstone of the Hispanic community for more than 50 years, devoted to his family, a U.S. Army veteran, a man of deep faith. He led reliefs efforts from Puerto Rico to Puerto Rico for Hurricane Maria. Gonzalez championed Hispanic commerce and community culture. He supported community organizations like Taller, Aspira, Concilio, a merchant of the Fifth Street Merchants Association. We lost him on March 30th, and we honor him and thank his family for sharing him with us in the community. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. The chair recognizes Councilman Dr. Nina Ahmed.
Thank you, Council President. I'll try to be as brief as possible. I'd like to take a moment to recognize National Earth Month and speak on the resolution that we introduced and honoring the principal and the entire incredible student body of Lankenau Environmental Science Magnet High School. You've heard me speak about Lankenau before. There's not much more I can add, just to draw attention to this incredible institution and the unjust recommendation by our school district to close it. I want to thank Councilmember Curtis Jones for introducing a bill today to do a zoning overlay that would make sure this space is kept for educational and civic purposes and hopefully stay green and clean into the future. And second, I just wanted to speak on the bill that I introduced, which was about changing the Philadelphia Code to add a chapter entitled U-Visa and T-Visa certifications. This ordinance establishes a standardized process for U and T-Visa certifications, including timely responses to requests, confidentiality of requests, guidelines of the grant or denial of request, as well as other relevant procedures. U and T-Visa are essential for immigrant survivors of human trafficking and victims of crime to advocate for themselves. With these individuals experiencing numerous other boundaries to support and resources, this ordinance adds transparency to the U and T-Visa process and removes one more layer of stress from the process. So I look forward to hopefully having that heard in committee. And finally, I wanted to just remind everybody that our online grooming hearing is going to be held on April 24th at 10 a.m. in City Hall, room 400, and all interested constituents can reach out if they're interested in testifying. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you very much. Chair recognizes Councilman Rue Landau.
Thank you, Council President. I will be brief. Today, I introduced a resolution honoring and congratulating Philadelphia's iconic chefs and restaurants named as nominees for the 2026 James Beard Awards. Our unique and diverse food scene here in Philadelphia showcases cuisine from around the world and from all throughout our diverse neighborhoods. Congratulations to the teams of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Royal Sushi Izakaya, Her Place Supper Club, Honeysuckle, Fiore Kalaya, and also Emmett, who was here today, but they couldn't stay for public comment. And I also introduced a resolution today declaring April as Jazz Appreciation Month in Philadelphia, celebrating the city's extraordinary jazz legacy. Jazz has a unique history, especially when it comes to Philly, which has produced legends like John Coltrane, Dizzy Gillespie, Nina Simone, Billie Holiday, and more. It's also the 60th anniversary of the Clef Club here in Philadelphia. We're also the home to the Musicians Protective Union, Local 274, which fought for justice, racial equity, workers' rights, and dignity in the workplace for Black musicians. This month, we honor not just the work they created, but the enduring legacy they left behind. As a reminder to council people, we're having a celebration upstairs in my office at 592 with a meet and greet for my exhibition and with some artists upstairs highlighting the legacy of jazz. It's happening right now, 592. And finally, I wanted to just acknowledge that today, ICE agents are expected to leave PHL Airport following their deployment during the government shutdown. This is another step to keep ICE out of Philly, and I look forward to Monday's hearing that I introduced with Minority Leader Brooks and the entire Committee of the Whole here on Monday at 10 a.m., ICE out of Philadelphia. Thank you so much.
Chair recognizes Councilman Jeffrey J. Young.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I want to honor, and congratulate Ms. Sharon Vaughn on the street renaming. It is very well deserved. Many folks already know I grew up with Ms. Vaughn's daughter, Kanika, so I hope she doesn't say what we used to do as teenagers. But this weekend, our office is proud to host our Youth Job Fair. This Saturday, April 11th, from 11 to 2 p.m. at the Temple Star Complex. We're hosting our Youth Job Fair for young people ages 14 to 24. We've partnered with National Center for Urban Solutions, C2L program, Temple University, to just provide our young people with opportunities. So if you're hiring this summer, if you're trying to build out your program, if you're looking to connect with young people, this is where you need to be. We have over 200 young people registered so far, and that shows a lot that our young people are really looking for opportunities here in the city of Philadelphia. And Mr. President, I think that we should find funding for every single young person who wants a job in the city of Philadelphia. That should be a no-brainer for us here on this council. And we're looking for partners. I also believe that every single entity that receives a dime from the city of Philadelphia should partner with us in hiring a young person at their facilities. So we need more partners, especially our retailers and other summer, our summer programs, our youth serving organizations. We need you to come out in full force. So please, you can reach out to my office if you want to register. You can show up on the spot. Again, it's this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 15th and Montgomery at the Temple Star Complex. This Saturday, I'm also partnering with Councilmember Brooks and Hair and Company, a new hair store at Broad and Hunting Park, is having a community day, so we'll be out there from 12 to 5 as well at Broad and Hunting Park. So if you're in that area, please come out and bring your family. And last but not least, Mr. President, it is also spring cleanup time. And so tomorrow, my office will be on Montgomery Avenue between 22nd and 24th, cleaning up our community. So See Me Clean and Love Where I Live tour is what we're calling it. I'll be out there 22nd in Montgomery at 9 a.m. tomorrow, April 10th. And on Saturday, April 11th, I'll be out there at 9 a.m. at 30th and Cumberland before our youth fair. So I want a huge thank you to our Black Male Community Council Philadelphia, the Office of Clean and Green, and the Strawberry Mansion Community Concern for helping us organize these cleanups as we continue to make our city the cleanest and greenest city in the country. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Chair recognizes Councilmember Isaiah Thomas.
Council President, very briefly, I just want to be recorded as voting aye on all bills and resolutions. I apologize for stepping off the floor for a little bit. I also just wanted to again thank all of my colleagues, especially Councilmember Lozada, as well as Councilmember Squilla being in his district, but all of my colleagues for all of the support and celebration, including you, Council President, on winning the state championship and being able to welcome my young men here today. And I can let y'all know they'll never forget this for the rest of their life. So a lot happened today, and a lot happens every Thursday, but I could tell you for about 18 young men, this is a day they'll never forget. So colleagues, thank you all for making today very special for them. Council President, thank you, sir.
Great job, sir. Chair recognizes Councilmember Ketsi Lozada.
Council President, thank you very much. Very quickly, lunch will be provided in the caucus room by the Philadelphia Children's Alliance, where they will be sharing their information with all of us. I also would like to ask for thoughts and prayers for the 2 firefighters that were hurt in the line of duty responding to a fire last Sunday. One of them was discharged at home, Will Corchado, and the other firefighter is still in very serious condition at Temple Hospital. And so I ask for thoughts and prayers for their speedy recovery. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Lozada. Chair recognizes Councilmember Isaiah Thomas for a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Council President. Truly appreciate your leadership today, and I move that council stands adjourned until Thursday, April 26, 2026 at 10 a.m.
For the record, that's April the 16th, 2026.
Let me, for the record, so we are getting everything correct. Thank you, Mr. President. I apologize for the error. I move that council stands adjourned until Thursday, April 16th, 2026 at 10 a.m.
It has been moved and properly seconded that council will stand adjourned until Thursday, April the 16th, 2026 at 10 a.m. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and this council session is adjourned.